Good evening, and welcome to Last of Eden's Vices, a Vampire the Masquerade show by Goblets and Gays. In just a moment, I will introduce our kindred, but first, a quick word about safety. Vampire the Masquerade is a game of personal horror, and as such, we might touch on sensitive topics. The cast and I have completed a session 0. I have their lines and veils. In chat, you will see a list of content warnings for this session. For our podcast and YouTube listeners, these can be found in the episode notes. Now, let us move on to our kindred. They will go around and introduce themselves, telling you who they are and who they're playing. And we'll start with you, Aki.
Hi, I'm Aki, or Akino if you're feeling fancy. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm playing Faline, who also uses she, her pronouns. We are the Banu Hakim. So well. We're very well. Whelmed, if you will.
Hi, I'm Alyssa. My pronouns are they, them, and I play Nora Wilmore, who is a caitiff. Nora uses she, they pronouns.
Hello, I'm Dusty. I use they, he pronouns, and I'm playing Lupe, Cruz, who uses she, her pronouns, and is our totally non-problematic bruja. No problems here.
Hi everyone, my name is Nala or Jay, go by both. My pronouns are they, them, and tonight I am playing Eirlin Shu, who uses Zizimzir's pronouns, and Z is a Malkavian.
I'm Liv. I use she, they pronouns, and I play Sylvie, who uses she, her pronouns.
Hey everybody, my name is Sawyer, he, him. I am playing tonight Aristedes Dragoman, also he, him, although you can call me whatever you like, depending on how many drinks you put in me.
Well, so last session was a bit of a downtime. We got to see a little bit about how all of our kindred spent a night off. Faline had a moment with Alessia and then went to blood magic school with Felix. And Lupe fed and then continued their heist planning. Nora went, it wasn't a date. It was like 2 steps away from a date with Sam to check out a strange abandoned mansion in the outside of town. Eirlin had a strange dream, and then with Feline's help, Cheese is now immortal. And then Sylvie hosted a live stream and then, left a body in a club, like you do. And brings us to where we left things off. A quick check-in with the 2 kindred who are not here at the moment. You both got invites to come to the club. Would you have shown up?
Absolutely not.
Fair.
I'm gonna roll a dice.
Mm-hmm.
Or rather, I'm gonna flip a coin. It depends. Lupe just had some food.
Mm-hmm.
They're feeling a little bit better. They did not show up.
Yeah. So that leaves us Eirlin, Faline, and Sylvie in the club. And you are all hanging out currently in the VIP area. And Sylvie has just told you all what happened earlier. And have somebody entering in just a moment. But where does tonight find Aristedes?
So, where would we find Aristedes? Well, Aristedes is typically he's below he's below in his private quarters. The rest of the echo chamber knows only to interrupt him if it's absolutely necessary.
Yeah, I think they have deemed this necessary. There's a knock at your door.
There's a pause as he stands up, puts his garments back on. Enter.
Yeah, it is you've instilled in them good values, so they don't barge in or anything, despite who they might be. And Cameron opens up the door and enters and says, I wanted to let you know before tonight was over. Do you remember that Toreador I told you about?
Yes, that delectable little wallflower. Sylvia, I believe it was.
Yes, Sylvie. Well, she took feeding a little too far tonight. I had one of the bouncers take the body somewhere where no one would find it.
No. Deliver the body to my quarters.
Okay. Currently,
Where's Sylvie now?
Currently, she is in the VIP area with Silas and Dakota and 2 other members of her coterie.
It's all homage to you, Liberator. Keep them there.
I don't think they're leaving anytime soon.
Good. We would hate to be poor hosts.
Of course.
I'll be up shortly.
I'll keep an eye out.
And Aristedes' note about his private quarters is completely black in there. No lights to be seen.
Cameron turns around and leaves you to finish getting ready and heads back up to the VIP room. And none of you really even noticed that Cameron left, kind of just suddenly back. And the sort of quiet demeanor is changed to, the normal party girl. And so, yeah, we did leave it with the Sylvie telling everyone else about what just happened.
And a couple other things.
And a couple other things.
Yeah, you cut to Sylvie touching up her lipstick and just, but yeah, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Right?
Are you sure?
Faline, isn't that big of a deal?
No, just next time call me.
It's nothing.
No, I mean, I can get rid of the body in a eco-friendly way.
Okay. Good to know. But no, I'm fine. In case anybody was wondering, in case anybody was asking, in case anybody cared. I'm doing great.
I'm glad you're doing fine. You're not hungry anymore. So that's good.
Yeah. For a few days, huh?
I suppose so.
How did
So
you
why-
find this place?
And why did you want me to come?
Well, I wanted my friends here. I wanted my coterie here. How did I find this place again? I just kind of just stumbled upon it, right?
It is really
Or no?
close. It is on the Brown campus,
Mm-hmm.
and definitely has become a hot spot to hang out and sort of live that life, college
Yeah.
nightlife.
Yeah.
And you may not have come back had it not been for the echo chamber, the group you met.
Right. Right.
Who are also all here in the VIP area with you.
Mhm.
Dakota, Silas, and Cameron.
Right. I mean, so it's kind of where everybody's going now. I know that the house is our spot, but this is close to the house, and word of mouth gets passed around. And then I came here and I met all of these great people, all these great guys over here, and they're just so nice. Oh, and oh gosh, which one is it? Let me pull up the relationship map because I do look at the notes. And Cameron and I are from the same clan.
Oh, that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Haven't been to the club scene in a while.
Oh, I go like all the time. I'm clubbing like honestly more than I ever did when I was like alive. When I was human. When I was mortal. I go constantly, but kind of my scene.
Eirlin hasn't like wandered away, but has kind of tuned out of the conversation, is kind of just like bopping around to the music. And as if something like draws your attention back, all of a sudden Z whips around and faces Sylvie and is like, "So, what's there to do here besides just
Do you want to dance?
Sure."
I hop up, I grab Eirlin's hand.
I think that's when I come in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I literally think I'm about to like drag Eirlin out of the VIP section, and
Whoa.
I turn around and I'm just, oh, hi.
And one note I'd like to make about my character's appearance, and isn't readily apparent. He is dressed, well, like this. But very noticeably, he has very gnarly-looking scars, both on his chest and on his exposed forearms. Not sexy scars, like holy shit, what happened kind of scars.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What if that's still sexy?
Hey, that's up to you. And he just swaggers in and says, "You must be the den." I'm afraid I've been frightfully rude. I haven't introduced myself up until now. Apologies. I am Aristedes Dragoman. Welcome to my humble little den of sin.
Oh, this is your place.
It is indeed.
Oh, cool. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, Sylvie knows it's not polite, but I think the second she sees his scars, that's all she can focus in on before finally dragging her eyes back up and just incredible place. It's become one of my favorites.
Are clubs always this loud?
Yes.
Cool.
Would you prefer to retire to somewhere quieter? We have rooms suiting old tastes.
Quieter place? Sure.
I look at the members of the echo chamber. Prepare one of the lower chambers. We'll need a vessel or two. Any preference? Gender? Resonance? We get all kinds here.
Huh? Oh, I'm good. I'm full.
Me too.
No.
Thank you, though.
My pleasure.
Faline?
Yes. By the way, Faline, that's my apologies for rudeness. I'm also good. My tastes are controversial.
Very specific.
I Well, then you have come to exactly the right place. Like I said, we get all kinds here. But please, follow me.
And the echo chamber will go ahead of you to prepare the room.
Yeah, they know what to do.
Yeah, exactly.
So, as I can understand, we have a couple of first-timers among us. Sylvie's already done us the great pleasure of patronizing our little establishment, but I feel like I would remember your faces. I never forget a face.
Me neither. I'm Eirlin, and Z extends a hand to shake.
He takes it. You must be the Malkavian.
How'd you know?
Because you're looking at me. And you're miles away. Which makes... He's looking directly at Faline. Interesting.
Wait, what do you mean?
I believe the room... here we are.
Yeah.
And do you want to describe it or should I?
Go for it.
Okay, so there is a downstairs to Club Echo. The entrance to which is not readily available to most people. The downstairs is a maze. It's definitely been refurbished to a certain extent, but it's very clear that whatever this building used to be, this bit is a lot older. There are new doors established and set in, and he leads you down a seeming maze of very low-lit hallways until eventually get to the prepared room, and it is just it's kind of just a plush paradise in here, in stark contrast to the actual dingy hallway. Lots of silks, pillows, divans. Lounge or sit as you like, and as ever, the lighting here is very dim. Mood lighting, if you will.
Ironically, Faline's face lights up at the room, and she goes, "Oh, I really like this."
We aim to please, as ever. Please, sit. Relax. This is a place of relaxation in its many forms.
Eirlin sits down, but
I
is
sit
still
down in the nicest looking chair. Like the prettiest chair in the room.
I feel like Eirlin is about to sit in that chair and you slide in and Eirlin just kind of stops and just like sidesteps and sits in another chair.
Listen, you can't get mad at me. I'm just a toreador.
And I think Z's still looking at you. And Eirlin says, "Wait, what do you mean? Like miles away? What do you mean by that?"
It's been a while since I've had the pleasure of one of the Clan of the Moon's company, but you never forget that look.
What about it?
The look of someone who has seen, but perhaps doesn't quite understand.
Storyteller.
Yes.
While Aristedes is monologuing, could I make the equivalent of a lore check? I do have Camarilla as my specialty. Just like, have I ever heard of this immortal? I don't think you're a twink, but I'm gonna keep calling you an immortal twink, until I get a better vibe.
That's not entirely inaccurate.
Oh dang.
I have been
Hidden
called
talent.
such.
I am known by many names.
Yeah,
the
give,
immortal twink.
give me that. Is it what? Etiquette roll?
It's etiquette.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Give me a wits etiquette with your Camarilla specialty.
It's etiquette. 1 second. Okay. Viridian dice because I'm the favorite in Viridian's life. Bam. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5. My bad. I had like a brain fart on criticals.
5?
Mhm.
Well, Aristedes is definitely not part of the court.
Faline is going to take a seat somewhere where she can swap from lounging titty out, but also sitting forward in a polite titty out engagement. So like, when she's conversing with you, she wants to show you that she is interested in what you are talking about, while also being able to relax in this nice ass place. And she'll look at you, Aristedes, and just go, "So, I haven't seen you around the court."
Well, that is partially my fault. I've been indisposed lately. And I'm out and about now, looking to reestablish myself.
Oh.
Like this lovely little abode, so close to Brown campus. The clientele here are really quite something. Mostly because they drink too much, spend too much, and have absolutely delectable secrets.
Well, pardon me for being too forward, but would you be interested or particularly looking for help in reestablishing yourself in the court?
Oh, there's nothing wrong with forward. The Camarilla Providence is it's kind of adorable, to be honest. Prince, what was her name? Magdalena. Give it to understand there was recently an Elysium.
There was.
Did Her Majesty deign to attend?
She did.
I'm curious. What was your impression?
Oh, I've met with Her Esteemed Majesty a couple of times. I do admire her history and the continued determination to work. I like that.
Yes, it is a impressively liberal domain for a Ventru of New England. That's why I love it here. Americans, they're such Puritans in public and such perverts in private.
Very true.
Sorry, above table. Those dice are so nice.
I got dice.
I didn't want to type it because you're gonna hear me type, but they're so nice.
Thank you. They look like sea glass.
Are the gray ones your hunger dice?
Yeah, the gray ones are hunger
That's
dice.
so cool. I like this. This is really cute.
It's very,
Yeah.
very nice.
Alrighty.
Sorry, I didn't mean to distract.
No, you're all good.
Oh my god, what were we talking about? Magdalena, right?
Yeah.
We were talking about specifically Americans being Puritans, but then secretly being perverts, and that's when
Yes.
Sylvia was like, "Yeah."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I give Sylvia a nod and just be like,
Eirlin's still
you're not
bopping.
American either.
No. No.
Where are you from?
Let me put it to you this way. When I was your ages, America was still a gritty port town with delusions of grandeur.
Oh, why'd you
Like I
say
said.
that? Now I have so many questions for you.
I know, I can't help that I'm incredibly interesting.
You, I.
And I find you interesting.
Me?
I find how kindred interacts on a night-to-night fascinating. Especially in a place like this, which is nothing if not a den of so many provocations. Like I said, this crowd, the future leaders and entrepreneurs of the United States, and etc.
I mean, what they get into one night, they typically tend to forget, so it doesn't really
Very-
matter what I do.
Very true, but the double-edged sword that clientele is that when one of them goes missing, it tends to draw attention.
Right.
Now,
Don't like the challenge.
oh, don't get me wrong, fun is fun. And fun is very much on the menu, but as I said, I'm still trying to reestablish myself, and given that police attention tends to rise in direct proportion to net worth, seems I have a bit of a debacle on my hands.
So, what do you want? What do you want me to do, at least? I mean, it's my fault.
What do you have to offer?
Ugh. What do I have to offer? Trying to think if there's anything else besides a boon.
If you need help, you just give Faline the panic look.
I know.
There's, I mean,
Oh, I know exactly what corner I put them in.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you,
I have an idea, but I want it's Sylvie's move.
Yeah.
So unless I'm asked for help, I'm not gonna.
I mean, I have the boon from the prince, but that's mine.
That's yours. Don't fucking.
I'm
no.
not. I'm not.
Oh my god.
you can offer Aristedes a boon from you.
I
Yeah,
know.
like
But
this,
see,
that
here's the thing.
minor
I'm already kind of under, theoretically, maybe hypothetically, allegedly under somebody else's hook. So on somebody else's hook. Maybe. But you know what? Fuck it. I like to take a risk. Why not? Yeah, I do think you see Sylvie kind of like weighing things over, and finally it just kind of all passes over her face, and that like the worried expression, the fro in her brow disappears as she tries to adopt her usual sunny misdemeanor. I don't know if a kindred can be sunny per se, but god damn it, she tries. And just says, well, I can offer you a boon, I suppose, if you're willing to just overlook it.
Oh, I had such high hopes. Again. Apparently, I need to do something.
Nope. Secrets?
Secrets.
Not secrets. Aubrey, why would you keep secrets from us?
Oh, it's one of you keeping secrets from someone else, from everyone else.
Oh.
That is 4 successes.
Which one of you bitches is keeping secrets? Quickly. I won't hesitate.
Mm,
I don't know. Everybody pulled out one, and I felt
Okay, was last.
self-conscious.
It has to be her.
I'm not American. I didn't know you all were carrying.
We're Americans. We always are.
you always are.
But I'm not.
So, believe the roll was successful for the person who is using the ability. So you get to ask your questions.
Hey, how
Yeah.
are you feeling right now?
Very amused.
I am specifically using my Scry the Soul
I
on
figure.
you. I think mostly just curiosity. I'm just trying to get a vibe of your aura. I'd love to know what your aura looks like, and also what I could potentially learn about your feelings and emotions in your current state.
Best way I can describe Aristedes' current emotional state is languid. He is like a large predatory feline that's just stirring out of sleep and kind of looking bemusedly at these kittens that have wandered into its lair. His aura is just... His aura, however, because I have a certain flaw, is... It's like staring into a black hole and knowing that the black hole actively sees you staring into it. It is just fetid and dark, and there are things scuttling around in there that you do not want to know about.
Do I get the impression that I am in danger by being here, or is it more like just you are a dangerous person that I shouldn't piss off?
I would say he's definitely... You won't detect any hostility in him.
Okay.
But his aura alone is just major red flags right off the bat.
Cool.
This is something very old and very powerful.
Okay. And I think if you were to just get a glimpse at me, I think Eirlin is just watching you very curiously, while also just like absentmindedly still bopping to the music, which is now farther away.
Can I make an insight check against Eirlin, because they keep giving me side eye while all this is going on?
Yeah. It's not even side eye. I think Eirlin is just watching you.
Yeah.
And like I think it's the kind of like almost not 1,000-year stare, but like the way that he's just looking at you, head tilted slightly, just very curiously, while like bopping.
Yeah. And I have a specialty in hidden desires. Will that come into play here?
I feel like it should, yeah.
Do I roll anything, or
Are you trying to hide what you're doing?
I think I don't think I don't think I'm purposely trying to hide what I'm doing. I think it's more so that Eirlin just does this when Z's out meeting new people.
Mhm.
I think Z's trying to make it not like super obvious, but it's not like I need to hide this because I don't want them to know that I'm doing this.
Well, if you want to do that, that would be a resolve subterfuge roll.
Rolled
Amazing.
8 successes on insight, by the way.
Okay, cool. I'm probably not gonna beat you, but I'll roll
Yeah.
anyway. That's a 2.
So I'm guessing I know what they did.
you've got a good feeling for what just happened.
I'm just
So
looking at-
immediately, that gaze slides from Sylvie right to Eirlin. Now you see. Child of Malkov, was it everything you hoped for?
Sorry, what?
Was it everything you hoped for? Taking a glimpse into the tatters of my soul?
Oh. Sorry, I kind of a accident. I don't know. What,
I'm
am I
sure.
intruding?
Eirlin's still learning, so anything that Z does.
Oh. No harm, no foul. We cannot help our own nature at the end of the day.
I like to say I'm just observant. I don't know. Hypervigilant. I've been described in many ways throughout my life.
Does that
Eirlin, you're
bother you?
perfect.
Oh, thank you. What?
And does that bother you? These
I think-
descriptions, these appellations that you didn't choose.
Eirlin draws back at this question, which is rather heavy. And Z thinks about it thoughtfully. And then I think just slowly shakes their head. And Z says, I guess I know we just met, but my entire life I've been labeled one way or another for various things. Wow, your aura is sparkly.
I don't, isn't it just? I don't know why that keeps happening.
Distracted by your aura. I've been labeled a lot of things throughout my life, and I suppose I'm trying to escape some of those labels, which I didn't ask for.
None of us like to be reduced to the bare nub of others' perceptions, do we now?
I think when you're winning multiple spelling bees by the age of 7, people are never going to look at you normal.
I know the feeling.
Oh, do you do spelling bees?
But back to what we were originally talking about. Favors are so very Camarilla.
Right, and you are decidedly not, so.
No. No, that, I got rather bored of it after the first few decades.
That seems pretty quick, seeing as how long you've been around.
Well, the Camarilla is not nearly as bulletproof or even unique of an institution as it likes to pretend. But I don't need to tell you all that. I think you've already had a first-hand experience.
Then what do you want?
I told you. I'm looking to reestablish myself. Camarilla notwithstanding, I have come to enjoy this cozy little burg. I think I could make a solid foundation here. But I understand that certain individuals within the tower might find my presence unsettling, which is why I've been offering out olive branches. Like, what was that? Stella O'Connell, I believe her name is, the wonderful songstress who occasionally patronizes us with her unique melodies. She's quite the hit.
Hmm.
And now, you must explain to me what your coteries title means one of these nights.
One of these nights. It's there's a lot of layers.
I love
But
it.
I'm sure yours does too. I mean, echo chamber?
That's a bit of a nod to my own origins.
That makes sense.
Ours is like a bunch of jokes in a trench coat.
And the trench coat's dead.
Well, maybe it's time I invest in a comedy act.
Well, if there ever was one, it's our coterie. We're one big joke.
What? Why would you say that?
It's funny, Eirlin. That's the other joke. We're not actually a joke. I don't mean it in a mean way.
I think under your breath, Eirlin just mumbles, I didn't laugh.
So fair. So fair, so real. It's neither did Sylvie, technically.
And now Eirlin just looks confused.
Okay, so reestablishing yourself. Yeah, I can help you do that.
I believe you can. I believe all of you can. But we're not dealing with the full set, are we? We're 2 cards short of a full hand. least by my
Sadly,
count.
this establishment is not their scene.
Not my scene either, but Sylvie kinda... I got peer pressured into coming here.
Understandable. It's both it and I can be a bit of an acquired taste, hence my cautiousness.
I don't think clubbing's an acquired taste. I think it's more just most people like it, and I'm not most people.
Oh, that's for certain.
Wait, what do you
And
mean
most
by that?
people... Well, most people are... Most people come to places like these to be exactly who they're not.
Mm-hmm.
I pride myself on creating an environment in where you can be exactly who you want to be.
But yeah, if you want to reintegrate yourself, you should talk to these two, because I'm not going to help much at all.
Not why, but we were having such an interesting conversation.
I mean, you can ask me anything, but I'm kind of new.
I know, you all... Oh, it's been a while since I've had to deal with one so fresh.
Fresh.
New
Yeah.
to the night. At least by my standards, if you'll pardon an old man for being nostalgic.
Okay.
That's fair.
The humbling experience.
Aren't you around old people all the time?
Me? Yes. That's why I find Eirlin very refreshing.
Everyone's calling me fresh. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Refreshing, not fresh. You don't want to be fresh and you don't want to be fast. That's something that my mom always taught me.
What an odd thing to say.
You calling her mom odd?
She was.
Gasp. Oh, I fucking touched my lip. Oops.
Mood. Okay, so I think Sylvie's trying to think in this moment, because, like, sure, she can agree to do that. How? Not a fucking clue.
So, but I think I notice your
I'm
your
thinking so loudly.
your contemplative thoughts, and
Wait,
so
no.
So Faline will kind of pipe up and just say, so reestablishing yourself. But you don't want to do it the old-fashioned Gamarilla way, right?
I've been told that I have a lot of catching up to do by the rest of my coterie, at least in regards to the last 2 decades or so.
Yeah, Sylvie is gonna very purposefully look over your fit when you mention that, but not say anything.
Well, you see, we are younger. We can help you with the catching up part. If you want an audience, maybe I can pull some strings for a friend. Are
Really?
we friends?
Well, I'd always rather make a new friend than a new enemy.
I agree.
We're friends.
Of course.
I killed a man in your establishment. I feel like we have to be friends now.
I die all the time.
True.
Is it normal to just go out and say that you killed somebody? Like, isn't that something you should like keep on the keep quiet?
I look around at this deep chamber that we're in. I think we're okay.
This place is a place of sublime truth. A space, like I said, where you can be yourself.
Yeah, you notice Eirlin is stimming real hard to this music.
Being himself.
An introduction. I would have thought that Magdalena would need all the friends in her corner she could find, given recent events.
No,
Why?
but would the prince consider you to be a friend?
As you've seen, I can be quite hospitable.
Not quite what I asked you.
Mhm. I know, but wouldn't it be so dull if I gave away the game this early?
So the prince doesn't like you.
Oh, the prince. I'm an unknown quality to the prince, and to a Ventru, if they can't buy it or dominate it, then they get moody. As I said, we can't help what we are.
Right.
So,
Okay.
like I said, introductions, olive branches, ways of easing myself back into the nooks and crannies of polite society. And I'm given to understand that your delightful little den has managed to do just that very recently.
Yes, we
yeah,
did.
we got a job and we did it.
Really?
Hmm?
For Her Majesty.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rather successfully.
Would that have anything to do with a certain incident involving let's call it a messy eater that inexplicably attracted Magdalena's attention?
Yes.
Yes.
More and more curious. Who would have thought a thin blood could have caused so much fuss?
Oh, well, they're still technically like us. And if they're new and no one is there to guide them, they won't know their own strength.
Baby serpents often cannot control the amount of venom they inject upon biting.
It was that was very much the situation.
All the same, I'm curious. What about this particular thin blood? Such an interesting phenomenon. I imagine all the Nautis are rolling in their coffins right now. What about this particular individual caused such a stir to require?
Oh, she just killed 3 people and would keep doing it. It was just a
In
mess.
our territory too.
Yeah, it was just a mess. She actually didn't even know what she was doing. She was just murdering people and eating them.
Can I do an insight check to see, roll to see if we're getting, led along? If this is, a you know how you have conversations where people are like,
Is this a trap?
Yeah.
Mhm.
What,
Yeah.
me? Little old
Yes.
me?
Sure.
This
Yeah.
is why, on purpose, I am only telling what the fucking court knows. I just need you above table. That's what's happening. Your aura is just all over the
So
place.
shiny. Yes.
He's just a sparkly guy.
Sylvie,
Yeah.
that'll be
Twilight was written about you.
a wits insight roll.
Okay,
And Aristedes, that's I guess it's a subterfuge roll, but yeah, charisma subterfuge or manipulation. I think it's
I'll go with charisma.
yeah. You're not you are manipulating, but you are couching it in a way that I can see charisma.
Whatever do you mean? We're just having an innocent conversation.
Exactly.
Eirlin is so forthcoming, but
There's also
also
Dog.
I picture Faline keeps looking at me, and I keep just
Yeah, that's while you guys are rolling, I'm going to keep glancing over at Eirlin with the eyes of do not speak.
Yeah, so that's
I think-
It is the stern mother look,
No, and I
the
think-
kind that makes you feel like, oh shit.
I think every question that Aristedes is asking, Eirlin is opening her mouth to answer, but Faline keeps looking at me and talking, and so Eirlin doesn't say anything.
yeah, but that is count 'em 10 successes on a crit.
You didn't need to go that hard, dog. You could have saved those
Woo-wee.
rolls, big dog. I only got one. You could have kept it in the vault. You don't need to flex that hard. We get it. You're so
I think we both know he does.
That's fair.
So yeah, you can't get a read on him.
No. This is the coolest motherfucker I've ever seen.
Look, he just wants to be your friend.
Yeah, no,
just
he
a
does.
friendly guy.
Yeah, no, actually, I do think it's to the point that Sylvie's gonna look at Faline, and you can just tell from the look on her face that she's like, well, maybe.
I'm gonna shake my head straight up.
Oh, I see. So there's more to it. Isn't it always?
I'm
you find
sorry,
yours-
we just met.
I think in these situations, a good way of breaking the ice is some old-fashioned quid pro quo. As it stands, you have taken a soul from me, and I
A what?
require one in turn.
Oh, the person who died. Yep. Okay, I'm following.
So you want us to kill somebody for you?
Oh, nothing so crass, but it seems you, as well, have taken a soul. Perhaps we could trade.
What kind of trade?
What do you think the true purpose of this place is? The glam, the glitter, the house music, the overpriced cocktails. What do you think, of all the things I could have done with my time, I decide this shall be my temple?
Well,
Information?
yeah, that information is power, and no offense, this is just from my understanding, being surrounded by the older generation. Knowledge is power, and someone your age must really like that.
I think
That, or you really just want to observe and watch many different societies crumble, which power to you, it's the same thing.
Oh, I also think you're like a little bit of a freak. Like in a fun way.
Well, I've never been shy about that.
Practically, a club is a great place to talk so no one can hear you over the music.
Yeah, nobody can hear you over the music.
If we're
Very
listing
astute.
practical reasons. Isn't that what you asked?
Very astute. Yes, I think you'll do nicely.
So, what information do you need, or who do you want us to? I mean, no, I don't think that's what you want. I think if that's what you want, we would have had like this nailed in the bag. So, I also don't think you need help with that.
I want to know what the prince wants, because once you know what someone wants, you know what they'll do. And if you know what they'll do, then you know what they'll want next. Control, never. I'm too old and too jaded to particularly give a damn what new dollar store Machiavellis pop up in one hemisphere or another.
How about Well, actually, first things first, do you know what happened at the latest Elysium? Do you
Some
know
birds
the
flew the
details?
coop.
How about I give you those details, nice and juicy ones, in exchange? Because truthfully, we have already given you that. That is all the prince, to our knowledge, wanted. Whatever we found out along the way is not what you asked for. And I'd like to be... I appreciate your hospitality. And I'd like to return it. I mean, technically we've already done that. We have to follow Camarilla rules, and you did have one of your friends from your coterie not present themselves, but we've kept that on the down low, up until now at least.
Instead of responding to you, I'm going to activate all.
All right.
And I'm going to look directly at Eirlin.
Me?
Yes, you.
What did I do?
Can I do an awe off? Can we? Is that something that I can do?
Are we gonna do a walk off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could activate awe as well. What level is each of your presences?
I have presence 3.
Is there a way to help this, since you are in full conversation with me?
I'm only at... How can I be at presence? I'm only at presence 1. Never mind.
So, I mean, it's kind of like Eirlin is like looking between the two of you, definitely favoring Aristedes a little bit more. The presence is a little bit more powerful.
That's so fair. That's so real.
I think just in general, Eirlin's like neurodivergence is just like generally Z's been looking around this whole time, just at the room, at everything, at all of you, watching as all of you were talking.
Also, and I will point this out, I do have the beautiful merit, so he's very pretty. Scars notwithstanding, he is very pretty.
Doesn't Sylvie
but what
also
rank
have
of
the
beautiful?
Doesn't Sylvie also have the beautiful merit?
Yeah.
I do. Beautiful too.
Girls, you're all
TWO.
pretty. I'm looking at all of you. You're all pretty.
I also have the beautiful merit. We're just so fucking pretty.
Everyone here is just so goddamn
I
hot.
don't have the pretty merit. I'm just me.
Oh.
All have the beautiful merit.
But yeah, I'm specifically focusing in this moment both my actual tensions and my I'm not. It's just awe. I just seem unusually interesting all of a sudden.
Yeah, and Eirlin's looking at you, head tilted.
It's in your nature to be observant. It's your nature to be curious, and this is a place to follow your true nature. See where it leads you.
Yes? No? What?
What burdens you in this moment? I can tell when someone has something to confess that used to be long time ago part of my day-to-day existence.
Remind me above table again. Awe is like you're just incredibly interesting to me.
Yeah.
Just incredibly interesting.
Okay.
You don't have to do anything against your will. I'm just incredibly interesting. That's it.
Cool. Eirlin is looking at you with an almost like hyperfixation, and Z, in response to like what is burdening you right now, Z says, "Well, what isn't burdening me right now?" I guess would be a more appropriate question. I don't know. A lot of things.
Speak your piece. Perhaps we can shoulder the load together.
A lot of mysteries. A lot of questions about how I came to be, I suppose.
Don't we all wonder that?
I think
But I
Eirlin-
sense it's less existential in your case.
Yeah, no, it's just a mystery.
I like a mystery.
Me too. I like puzzles. Except when you're so... Eirlin, I think has been trying to figure out what exactly to say, because I think Z's not trying to hide things, but Z's trying to figure out how to say what Z's about to say. And Eirlin says, yeah, there's like, I think just a lot of questions about where I'm from. That's all.
Stranger in a strange land.
To the world of vampires, yes. I'm from New England, though.
I know the feeling.
Of
Of being home and yet being so lost.
Mm. You said you were here around colonial times. Massachusetts, or which colony?
Originally Hartford.
Connecticut.
Indeed.
What drew you
Cozy
there?
little history. I had come into a rather profitable station as a curator of sorts in a institution of great and grand learning. This was long after the embrace, mind you. Places of higher academia, I found, tend to be the best breeding grounds for finding those who want answers and are prepared to search for them.
Did you work for Yale, or?
They worked for me at one point.
Oh, wow. Parents will love you.
But yes, New England has been my home for some time, but it is not. It is not my home.
Where are you from? If you don't mind me asking.
Let's see. I believe I was born in the Mediterranean. I believe around the time that the Ottoman Empire was absorbing what was left of Byzantium.
Hmm.
I came over here, well, because at the time it was all the rage. Is that the term? The new world, all its fascinating new horizons. And I've attempted to make a home for myself ever since. And I like to think I've made a home for others along the way. My little echo chamber.
I see.
Question: Would you have sent them away after all of this, or are they still in the room?
I would have sent them away. I wanted this to be a private conversation.
Okay, just wondering.
Question, GM.
Yes.
While this is going on and I'm paying attention, can I please stealthily hide some seeds in the pillow cushions? Specifically, I'm shoving them into the couch, truly.
Alright.
But I am sitting.
Yeah.
Maybe lounging now because I'm listening to you tell your story.
Give me a that'll be we'll do a dexterity. I don't think you have larceny,
I do not have larceny, no.
but we'll do a dexterity stealth.
Stealth I have. I have a question.
Yes.
This is a domain. There is a kindred in front of me. I have the specialty kindred. Can I wiggle that?
Sure.
Thank you.
Meanwhile,
Just in
Eirlin-
case. I'm also gonna rouse the fucking blood. Just in case.
I think Eirlin is doing mental calculations and previously was thinking, 1700s. And then you mentioned the fall of the Byzantines. And Eirlin now is like, oh wow, 1400s. And I think Eirlin just says, like, not meaning this to come across as negative, but I think Eirlin says, oh wow, you're a lot older than I thought.
Indeed.
Sorry, was that rude?
No, I'm, especially nowadays, rather feeling my age.
Oh shit, I had ingenue.
How's it feel to have survived this long? To have lived through history. A lot of history, a lot of, well, terrible history.
I knew I liked you.
Does that weight ever affect you?
I found ways of lightening the burden. I found purpose, I suppose you could say. Faith, even.
I'm
And
sure.
that... Oh, pardon.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I'm sure that all of my problems seem very small compared to everything you've been through.
Pain doesn't come in degrees. It just is. Lesser, greater, physical, emotional.
Yeah.
It's the oldest struggle of both kind and kindred. Running away from pain, running towards pleasure. I
seem to have faced a lot of pain. I think Eirlin's now looking at your scars.
Yes. But it was instructive in its own way.
What do you mean?
People come here and they, much like you, I imagine, they see me and they see the idle, nouveau rich and the lights and the sounds and the scars, and they assume that, well, clearly, they've got me all figured out, but the truth is, I don't enjoy pain. Never have. It's useful, like so many other things, but there's a difference between building character and becoming a masochist.
Hmm.
Generally, if at all possible, I try to fill this immortal existence with as much pleasure as possible. Because really, if you have all of eternity to sample the world's various delights, what better way to pass the time? Do what thou wilt shall be the order of the day. I rather enjoy that quote.
Yeah, it's a good one. Above table question. Is that a quote from a specific, historical figure?
It is.
Who?
Aleister Crowley.
What are the chances I know this, Aubrey?
Look at you. Hi.
Yeah, no, there's a pretty decent chance, if you've studied any occult, especially tarot, you've probably come across Crowley at some point.
He's kind of a big deal in those fields.
Yeah.
Cool. So then I think Eirlin...
deal.
I think Eirlin kind of just nods with recognition, and I think under your breath mutters the name.
He was far less... Not to say that he wasn't misunderstood, but he was ultimately just searching for meaning in this sea of time like the rest of us.
Suppose so.
Well, I apologize. I really am showing my age with how much I'm rambling.
No, usually it's okay. Usually I'm the one who's rambling.
I do believe we were discussing business, however.
You're very pretty.
Thank you. I try.
Do I know how many successes, Aubrey?
Oh, yeah.
How many? What was the number?
13.
Whoa!
13.
God damn.
Yeah, no, I got 4 crits. Surprisingly, none of them were messy. I mean, I was rolling a lot of dice because I was like, just in case, I'm just going to stack everything that I can onto this so I don't fuck up.
I'd say successfully there are poppy seeds or whatever the seeds are. They are in the couch.
Seed. Yeah.
They are in there.
And I'm glad
You
that
do not
Eirlin
know.
is distracted, because otherwise I'd be like, ooh.
Yeah, no, it was Faline was listening to the conversation, but she is not a part of it speaking wise. She's kind of letting Eirlin do their thing. And that is literally
What
just
even is that?
rambling. And it's good sometimes. It's not like it's bad. In fact,
Distraction.
Faline thinks it's hot. So you're
What?
you're great. Yeah, she loves it when people talk about things they like. Oh my god, you guys. She's deeply unwell, but not a monster. entirely.
Yet.
So like, yeah, but she needs to keep us safe. So as she just leaned over to go into the little lounge mode, you see her like adjust herself to do so, and as she did it, she just kind of like slipped her little hands inside, dropped a bunch of seeds that now rest at like the bottom of this couch. Even if you were to like lift it up, I truly believe it'd be like, oh well, someone must have eaten something. You know,
Someone
they
had
just
a
look like
poppy
seeds.
seed bagel.
Yeah, you know, they're just seeds. They're really little seeds.
Simon really needs to stop bringing those down here.
Yeah.
We're
Let me
vampires.
put
We don't need
everything
bagels.
on the bagel.
I mean, I get it. Lox bagels, delicious, but time and
What do
place,
you mean?
Simon.
I spent 3 experience for the advantage of eating poppy seed bagels. What do you mean?
But yeah, I put it there. It is now there. And I lounge and I listen until the conversation comes to its natural end. And then I will, sit back up so that way, I'm once again present. I don't want to be rude. And be like, yes. Lovely history you have.
Isn't it just? So you can understand, in a way, why I'm still slowly but surely making my way back into modernity.
How long have you been gone?
Oh, spell of a couple decades. I was indisposed for a minute.
Like asleep, or like, and Eirlin makes like a stake through the heart motion.
Indisposed. But
Eirlin looks to Faline.
I'm just gonna give you a look where it's like, it's the stop talking look. And if you need more explanation afterwards, obviously, Faline's gonna answer your questions. But it's the
Yeah, as soon as you give me that look, Eirlin kind of just like sits back how Z has been prior to this conversation, and Z noticeably stops talking.
Yeah, but he continues, this time looking, by the way, all has been up this entire time. This time looking at Faline and says, back to the previously broached topic in regards to the events of the last Elysium. I may know some things. You may know some things. I would definitely be fascinated what would happen if we compared notes.
comparing notes. I do like that. I think it also opens up a little bit more leisure on both sides. Kind of get to know each other a little bit more. How we work. Maybe we can establish something. God, underneath formal? I don't want to say it's informal. It's more like it's formal, but not on the books.
Simon keeps referring to something called a situationship.
Oh my dear, that's not it. That is not it.
I've
It's
used that in the
something a
wrong
little bit
context.
different. Well,
I've
it's
used
A
that in
little
the
more
wrong
intimate.
I've used that in the wrong context, haven't I?
Yes, you have, but it's okay. You're learning.
It's when you're seeing someone but you're not dating.
Then I'm engaged in several situationships, it would seem.
If feelings are
having
involved,
sex?
it's even more.
Like, situationships usually involve sex.
Well, I should hope so.
Sorry, I interrupted.
No, it's fine, Eirlin.
Yes, well, modern lingo is fascinating. But yes, I suppose in the interests of cultivating a relationship, How about this? I will share what I know. You may share what you know, and perhaps we'll meet in the middle.
That sounds grand.
Well, as I said earlier, some birds have flown the nest. An ugly little thing. Sent packing. And just as the party was getting started.
So you want us to find them?
I'm more curious as to why Corvus, of all people, would feel the need to leave in such a hurry.
And for the players,
Yeah.
Corvus was the Nosferatu primogen who, after Elysium, was declared to have met final death
Yeah,
in the
I thought so.
chaos.
Yeah, Eirlin's
Um,
face lights up because Eirlin had overheard a conversation between Corvus and someone else. And so I think everyone can see Eirlin be like, ah, yes, I know who that is.
Yes. Have you been made aware of the status of like 4 members of the court?
I'm afraid I'm not on the Camarilla's
Oh.
mailing list.
You might get a little kick out of this.
Hmm.
4 people met final death.
At an Elysium.
Yes. After, you know, the court doesn't like those juicy details. But that is the status that we should. Honestly, I'm surprised that you weren't informed of that part. It's kind
Oh.
of wild.
If Corvus was among their number, then he was looking remarkably spry for a dead man.
Oh.
I am curious, I thought... Again, I've shown numerous times that I'm perhaps behind the times, but I was given to understand that your sect held their laws of non-violence sacred when it came to Elysia. 4 final deaths on the premises of an Elysium. That is something. Pray tell, what could have caused such a stir?
Yes, sir.
Eirlin is literally raising his
Oh.
hand.
Eirlin, do you have is something wrong?
No, I was just gonna say we were attacked.
Yeah,
By
the bot,
Right.
probably. Yeah.
the moment
creatures.
the moment you say Sabat, that kind of half grin that he's had this entire time drops off his face.
Oy.
Really?
That is the
Mm-hmm.
running theory. It's only been, what, a week? And,
Couple of days.
oh
2
god,
days.
it's only been 2 days, so
Yeah.
unfortunately, nothing's been dug up yet. But it was truly a surprise.
Of course. Of course they'd be back.
You seem a little tense. Do you need a break?
Oh, I'm not tense. I'm disappointed. I would have thought that the Camarilla would have learned from the last time they sent them packing.
What last time?
Oh, that's right. You're all young. You wouldn't remember when the Sword of Cain ripped its way up the East Coast.
Do I know anything about that? Would Lana have told me anything about that?
Yeah, I would say you probably are aware. Lana herself didn't get turned until the early 2000s.
Do I know
Um,
anything? And if not, can I roll for it? Because Camarilla?
You don't need to know anything because your sire was there.
That's what I thought!
Yeah,
Sounded
that
so
was-
familiar.
That was when Armand came to the domain,
Mm-hmm.
in the middle of all of that.
Mm-hmm.
When Banu Hakim pledged themselves to the Camarilla.
Yeah. Things have ways of slipping under the cracks.
Yes, but I mean, really, the Sabbat. I mean,
Mm.
for fuck's sake. They're about as subtle as a brick wrapped around a Molotov cocktail.
You can't wrap a. Never mind.
That is the point. The comparison.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what are the idiots up to this time, I wonder? Another crusade? Maybe they found a Methuselah underneath some rock out in Mount Greylock.
Be a lot of things. Let's see. Well, that was the big news. Though I doubt you want smaller details now.
Oh, now I'm absolutely enraptured. I must know, how exactly did Prince Magdalena Lambert manage to drop the ball so fantastically?
Them
So-
being
But
yeah.
in an Elysia, after everything that this region of the world has suffered at their hands, my goodness, tongues shall be wagging. Please, you've gotten this far. Don't spare me any extra tidbits.
You said you saw Corvus?
Me?
No, not you. Sorry, Aristedes.
Well, yeah, when?
An associate of an associate reported back to me that the Primogen, yes, that's the term, Primogen, that the
Yes.
Nosferatu Primogen seemed in rather a hurry to depart from the premises about the time that this apparent attack happened.
Hmm.
I saw them leaving.
Did you?
I think so.
You did.
I think Eirlin's finally going to tell everybody about the conversation I overheard. And I think Eirlin tilts their head again, which I think Z does when they're thinking. And Z says, yeah, the night of Elysium, I overheard a conversation between Corvus and Vortex, who both, we were told, died that night. Wait, you said you heard Corvus didn't die and is still alive.
Like within the
Ye-
past 2 days?
Indeed, the timeline matches up rather uncannily. It's almost as if he had somewhere to be
Yeah,
before.
they were freaking out about the internet, Shreknet. Vortex said there was like a glitch or something, and
Oh, that little Cold War Nosferatu project.
Vortex specifically
Yes.
said there was a glitch in the system, and that they didn't know how long it was going to be there, or how long it had been there, but it could be a big problem. And said that she had to shut the system down, and Corvus was like, "Do it." And then I don't know. I saw them leaving, like they were in a huge hurry to get out.
Well, you have to admit their timing is rather fortuitous. If the Sabbat happened to be the party crashers.
Oh, but then why report? Why report him dead?
Why
They actually
indeed?
dead? Well, no, you just said you saw them, so.
Well,
Oh,
Is-
this is juicy.
well, I couldn't account for their current state at present, but when I last heard tell of them, they seemed very much alive and well by kindred standards.
Both of them?
ST, just to clarify,
Yes.
I heard information about Corvus, not the other one, Vortex.
You heard Corvus, but your contact saw Corvus with something that suspiciously looked like a body.
Well, now that you mention a second, he was dragging a body.
So maybe Vortex actually died.
Perhaps.
Oh, there's a lot of things you could do with a body, let alone a kindred body.
Indeed.
This is very juicy. I'm sorry.
It's been a
job.
productive evening.
Mhm.
Eirlin texts the group chat that Nora and Lupe are in and just says, "Where are y'all? We're clubbing." And then sends the dancing lady emoji.
Oh. Should I prepare a larger suite?
Huh? Oh no, I was just seeing where friends are.
And I would be so very interested to meet them.
I think it takes a minute for Nora to get back to you, but you get felt like a night in.
And Eirlin will text back, because as y'all are having this conversation, Eirlin's texting, and Z says, "There's a guy here, very old, and we're talking to him." And then Eirlin says, "He wants to meet you both."
Lupe would have right as he sent the text, right after, as if it was sending, Lupe would have put errands. And then after that, is it important?
I think Eirlin interrupts whatever Faline and Aristedes are saying at that moment and just says, "How important is it that Nora and Lupe maybe come here?"
Given everything discussed, I'd say, and given the fact that when the Sabbat is the subject, I think it might be prudent to have the whole cast on stage.
Eirlin texts,
Tell Nora we have lore, and tell Lupe we need violence.
We have a job.
A job, yeah, that's better.
so Eirlin will
Perhaps-
text back,
Not on the premises. We have rooms
Oh,
for that.
no, we don't mean violence with you or your thing. I'm trying to get her here.
Well,
if we
she
have a
needs
job,
to-
she'll come. If we have a job, she'll come.
Eirlin texts back the group chat. He says, and then Eirlin puts in quotes and literally types out what he just said, and then sends that, and then adds, "Oh, and Faline says, Nora, we have lore. Lupe, we need violence." And Sylvie says, "Lupe, we have a job." And I send all of that.
We also see this, by the way, in our group chat,
Yep.
and we're like, "Oh, you are text to speech."
No, I type super fast with my thumbs.
Yeah, but
Aristedes.
it's how you did it.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
transcribed it essentially.
Yeah. Yeah.
Aristedes keeps leaning over to look at you texting. He just seems completely fascinated by your little devices.
Yeah, I think I'm just like,
Oh my god. I think Sylvie sees that and is just like, Aristedes, do you want to see something really cool? And I am going to distract you with TikTok. while we wait for you.
Oh, you don't know what evil you've unleashed.
I'm a savage.
No, oh my,
But,
this is 2020. That's when
It is
people
2020
that's when-
TikTok.
That's when people were calling themselves wolf packs and pretending to run.
No, people
Here
are
as
still doing
wolves.
that,
That's the
Bestie.
era.
No, people are still doing that, but also
no, I'm
They're trying to bring it
Renegade.
back. Yeah.
I'm
Renegade.
I am specifically showing off my TikTok.
Of course.
Oh my god, was Sylvie in a wolf pack?
No, but you definitely know that Sylvie did like a ballet version of Savage. Like, you know.
I'm a savage. Oh.
Well, so the last two members of the coterie, seeing this, do you make your way to the Echo?
Well, Lupe, you see like the speech bubble as if Lupe starts typing. And then it happens a couple times and then it just stops, so it just says red. And then maybe like 10 minutes later you see them like taking a selfie off a stolen motorcycle.
Don't selfie and drive, please.
They got a helmet this time from the person that they stole it from.
Oh, that's our girl.
Does
Uh,
she usually engage in kleptomania?
Oh,
Or is that more of a
yeah.
hobby?
To my knowledge, all the time. Could even be the clan bane at this point.
She's the brouhaha, isn't she? I thought
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, you get a eye roll emoji or emoticon, which Google tells me is 2 app symbols, which I guess vaguely looks like rolling eyes. Because your initial pitch there sucked, but when you give the rest of the details, Nora will text back, "Fine, be there in 20."
Well, that seems like a really good place to take a short break and then reconvene as the entire coterie is now at the Echo talking to.
Gang.
Yep.
What can I say? I'm a popular guy.
Still popular. So we're going to take 10 minutes. Everybody get up, stretch your legs, drink water, all of that lovely stuff. And we'll be back to figure out where this rabbit hole goes.
Don't worry.
In the heart of New England, nestled in the frigid waters of the Atlantic, there lies a city shrouded in haunting beauty. A city of darkened alleyways, ancient spires, and whispers carried upon chill winds. Providence, Rhode Island presents itself as a labyrinth of secrets, where the past refuses to release its grasp on the present. The weather of the city perpetuates its gloomy allure, shrouding the city in a blanket of mist and fog to hide the monstrous nature of those who walk the streets at night. The near constant rain acts as the city's tears, as if it's mourning something no one will understand. Tonight is one of those nights. Somewhere in the city our kindred wake, in their own havens, or maybe one of a close friend or confidant. Though there is one thing that never changes: the beast, its desire to feed, to sate itself on blood.
You ready? Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Hi, my name is Eirlin Shu. My pronouns are Z's and Zers, and I am a cartomancer and potter based out of Providence, Rhode Island. It kind of took me a while to find my thing. I tried dance, theater, Girl Scouts, ice skating, so a random curling lesson, you know, that sport where you like have the thing and then you're going like, won a bunch of spelling bees. I had to do piano and violin, but I was not good, not like Aaliyah, my younger sister. Eventually I landed on art. College was never a question of if, it was which Ivy. Long story short, I made a deal with them for the Brown RISD dual degree program. I'm like carrying their hopes and dreams on my shoulders. You could say I cracked, but I would say I crumbled. Like a cookie. Oh, Mama won't talk to me. I stopped talking to Aaliyah because, you know, she deserves better. I miss her. Anyways, if being the family fuck-up wasn't enough, something very funny / negative happened. No, we don't do that. But yeah, so now I'm caught up in this whole supernatural world of politics and secrets, and apparently I'm real important to these people, some fucking prophecy or whatever, which is annoying because the whole reason I dropped out of school in the first place was to get away from this whole gifted kid chosen 1 year special bullshit. And I feel like my not sire is hiding things from me. I miss food and feeling the sun on my face. At least I have a cat now. His name is Cheese, and I love him. He's orange. So yeah. Sorry, I was talking for a while. What was the question?
I'm sorry I haven't visited in a while. Time escapes me a lot more now. I thought I'd at least update you, but the situation is practically the same. I've exhausted my resources with blood sorcery. I've mastered what I could, but it's just not enough. I might have a lead on where else to look, though. Or at least something to distract me for now. I've been assigned a coterie. They're an interesting bunch, but I don't think you'd like them. Though, I guess you'd be happy that I made some new friends, maybe? I should get going now. I promise I'll come back and dust this place properly. I really miss you.
You ever experience pain from sadness, loneliness, heartbreak, betrayal? Have you ever been left to die in a ditch? The anger that remains is enough to keep you clinging to life, half your soul in the underworld. Your body, unable to process all the hurt you've endured, begins to shut down, and yet you hold on still, for you have been wronged. I was given a chance to change all that, to make sure my pain will be paid back 1,000-fold. I haven't made sure to keep on that promise, and I can help you do exactly the same. You've already paid my price. Don your mask and join your kin. Welcome to the family.
My dearest Irene, it's been 70 years, 10 months, and 4 days since you were taken from me. It's been 70 years, 10 months, been 2 days since I devoted myself to avenging you. I've crossed the country looking for him, that man who murdered you. I've tested myself on his ilk, taken their powers for my own. The trail stops here, in Providence. I'm close, my love. Soon, Daniel Bloom will be dead, and then I, too, can rest.
Get ready to stalk the night with me. I start by getting up, you know, the deal, rouse the blood, no biggie. Then I get dressed. Love a good pink fit, so I think let's do that tonight. Do you all see this ominously glowing red pendant? So cute, right? Anyway, time to style my eternally perfect hair, and here's a pro tip for everyone. Before you accept the embrace, go get your hair done, okay? Trust me, it's gonna pay off in the long run. Smarter, not harder. So we're looking good now, which is really important. A kindred's always gotta look good. You have no idea who you might run into out there. After getting ready, I go and blow up my coteries group chat. Then I head out to our den. After we finish up with work tonight, I might go hunting, might not. We'll see where the night takes me, but stay tuned for the update.
And welcome back from break. I hope it was restful and hydrating for everyone. We will reconvene with this meeting as Lupe and Nora are let into the room. When you arrived at the club, you were met by members of the echo chamber who brought you down below where everyone else is, and brought into this nice, cozy room and told to make yourselves comfortable.
Lupe, by the way, wearing the mask because she don't know y'all like that. And is going to do the thing where they sit on the back of a chair or the back of the couch.
I thought you meant reversed, like a cool youth pastor?
No.
How you
Lupe is now
doing?
a cool
Hey,
kids.
kids.
Same mind.
You all are God's children.
And I'm sorry.
Yeah.
However, if you hold hands before marriage, you're gonna
Yeah.
burn in hell.
That's
Ooh.
sick as fuck.
They are not gonna like what's been going on down here.
Where does Nora post up?
Yeah, so Nora looks unsoothed to be here. She has pulled on the lowest effort black mini dress, and I think just sits on the edge of the room, sort of having an eye line to everyone and also to the door.
What if Eirlin scooched over to make room for you, Nora?
I mean, if you scooch over, then she'll sit next to you. She's not a monster.
Eirlin scooches over and pats the seat next to me for Nora.
Esty, could I have done one thing while we were waiting?
You had time.
Specifically while Sylvie was, showing me the unleashed horrors of TikTok.
Yeah.
How is Sylvie? This is gonna sound like a weird question. How is Sylvie's hair done up right now?
It's the long, yeah, I'd say long. It's down long with some waves.
All right, so I am going to just, while this is happening, just reach behind and gently pluck a strand of her hair without her noticing.
Not concerning whatsoever.
Not concerning whatsoever, I'm sure.
It's fine.
Yeah. So what would be the pool for that?
We'll do a dexterity stealth. And Sylvie, if you want to give me a wits awareness.
I'm gonna rouse the blood for this because screw it.
Sounds like a good idea.
Okay, and I do not get hungrier. So that's...
What I notice Or is that what we're all rolling for?
Sylvie is rolling.
I got 1.
I
Just
got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
Okay, you're
I'm up in her space. That much is clear.
Yeah, that's probably more of the reason why I'm watching. Like, hey.
All the while, though, I'm just like, and so the whole point of this particular channel is to follow and learn dances. But that's not what everybody does. You can also, and I'm just like flipping through things.
I see. And
So it looks fairly innocent.
I see. And they do this recreationally.
Well, I mean, I do it for a job.
Really?
Mhm.
You can monetize this.
Yes.
Interesting.
It's called an influencer.
I like that. Influencer.
Created a monster.
You
Something
created the
terrible
monster.
about a man from
Oh,
the
yeah.
old times knowing the word influencer.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
So can you imagine?
Yes, you're definitely the brewer.
Lupe just says kind of monotone to the rest, but like mostly to the rest of the crew. I was told this is important.
We have a job.
You can't quite see Lupe's eyes, but you could feel them doing like a side glance at Aristedes and just, all right.
So, there's a couple steps, but the main goal is to bring our good friend, because I do think we're still like side by side, and I'm like, our good friend back into society. Kindred society.
Can Lupe glance at Nora and then glance at you? Just so you needed us to bring. Okay.
Well, I think he wanted to just like have all of us together, and I knew that if I told you we had a job, you would come, and I didn't lie.
You didn't.
Partially finished. But it's good to meet new people, Lupe.
I meet new people all the time. I
No,
don't
she's
get
had
their
her
names.
mind. She's had her mind up the moment she's had her mind made up the moment she walked through the door. You're not very comfortable here, are you?
No, but that is normal, especially in a place like this. Too loud. You can't hear everyone.
It's just loud enough that you can get things done without being overheard.
I don't worry about that.
Of course, why would you? Nothing can hurt you so long as you keep giving everyone that stare and reminding them how tough you are.
But by the way, for clarification, the mask that she's wearing, it looks like it's a wooden mask that looks like like a barn owl's face. So yeah, she just kind of like stares at you now.
I know. Cementing my point.
And
And
what
you.
is it? What is it that you need from us that can't be overheard? Wanting to integrate into society is hardly a secret shame.
Can I not be interested in my neighbors? Let's see, we've got the full set here, but you... Interesting. You don't have an obvious tell. Well, anyway. More to the point, we were just having, that is to say, your coterie mates and I were having a discussion about recent events and my own desire to debut back into the domain. And given the events of the last Elysium, I think Her Majesty might be interested in what I have to bring to the table.
And what is that you're bringing? And Storyteller, can I activate my lie detector?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is it exactly that you're offering the prince then?
Well, that is a conversation best had with the prince. What I'm offering you all at the moment is perhaps, what is it neonates want these days? Some social mobility, perhaps climbing another rung up the ivory tower, or perhaps you taste some more exotic, perhaps you have real ambition as opposed to the state line. You've already been so generous, and I'll be honest, I'm having more fun than I thought I would.
I mean, you are free to share what you've already learned with your 2 coterie mates.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I do think Sylvie would divulge everything, share. Yeah, she's a blabber. She'll be the blabbermouth this time around. Yeah.
Lupe will be like, is there a reason why you need our help for this?
Well, so about that, we have to help.
Have to?
Yeah.
And why would that be?
I'll tell you why later, Nora.
They're just being polite. They did make a bit of a mess that I'm going to have to clean up later.
That's why.
But I'm not one to hold grudges. If anything, I like to think of this as a opportunity in disguise.
Well, is there a course of action? Is there any idea where to start with becoming public in society, whatever the hell you want?
Does that actually work? It's fascinating when someone fills out a stereotype to several decimal spaces. Sorry, it's distracting. No. Let's talk to... I don't believe I got your name, miss. And he looks at Nora.
Nora, Wilmore, and your Aristedes? Is that?
Aristedes Dragoman. And this is my abode, such as it is.
It suits you.
Doesn't it? Yes, well, more to the point. You all have attracted the attention of the higher-ups, and I am looking for an inn. Now, whether or not this conversation results in that, well, we'll see. But at the very least, it's a start towards greater and grander things. I'm more curious to know the fallout of this particular Elysium. It was a gathering that was where apparently you were all called to account for, again, I believe, some thin blood that was poaching on your territory.
Yes, we had to present her. We did. It's pretty much do this by then, or be in trouble. So we did. It is a very boring job.
Can I insight check that?
Sure, yeah.
I have underestimated an ingenue, and I'm
Yes.
beautiful.
So yes, that will be There'll be a manipulation. We'll actually call that charisma subterfuge, and wits insight. And yes, you do get your. I guess the question is, does Aristedes find Faline beautiful?
As tactfully as possible, he's seen prettier.
Does that work against me if I find him beautiful or not?
Oh, no, not incredibly. It'll give him an extra dice.
Good thing you're not my type. You remind me of a grandfather. It would be a little weird. So, no.
You don't have a daddy kink?
No. I have a great relationship with my father.
So you definitely have a daddy kink. Got
Oh,
it.
no. It's a bit different. I am the
Alright.
daddy.
Let's roll.
You are the daddy?
You don't know. You don't know me. What am I rolling again?
Yeah, I don't.
Charisma subterfuge, and yes, you
I
get your
don't-
bonus from ingenue.
Oh, I do have subterfuge. Okay, that.
That is
I do have
that is-
underestimated also.
Underestimated will affect like the outcome and stuff.
Mhm.
Alright. So that was 9 successes on a crit.
You're not Camarilla.
Nope.
Yeah, no,
Nope.
hey, let me use my thing because I got to use this all on the prince. I'm gonna rouse the blood.
Very much not Camarilla, in case that wasn't evident by now.
Well, thank God I don't get hungrier. Okay, that's dice. Let's do this. Actually, 1 second. That doesn't count. I'm trying to swap out. That's too many blue dice for me.
Eirlin is very specifically distracting himself during this conversation.
Can't imagine why.
Yeah, no
Um,
reason whatsoever. Not sus. Eirlin's done nothing wrong.
Also a 9.
So
I did. It is messy critical. I think though.
okay.
It's been a while since I've done that. Sorry.
I think if you roll a crit on your hunger, that's the messy critical. Right?
Yes, then that is
Yeah.
it. That is it.
That's the hunger die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crit, so it's messy critical.
So you both crit.
Yeah. And just to add one more fun thing into the pot, I have this Church of Set lore sheet called Tap the Secret.
Uh-huh.
So basically, when I make an insight pool to find out whether someone is keeping a secret, I can tell, even if I don't succeed, that they're hiding something from me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say that with this, it is a stalemate. But you do, Aristedes, realize that there is more to the story, but you can't figure it out.
Do I feel as though I'm suddenly traipsing about on eggshells?
Why would you be walking on eggshells in your own home?
Yeah, because I'm surrounded by people who very clearly have something to lose if certain beans were to spill.
There's a lot of beans.
Well, we all have personal lives.
Well, if Her Majesty is taking interest in such things, then they must be quite personal indeed.
So, an inn. It's a little hard to wiggle you through my connections without knowing what you will offer.
I don't think... Oh, that's right, you don't go by that anymore. It's Banu Hakim now, yes?
Yes.
Yes, I don't think they take particularly kindly to me to begin with. Your clan, no offense, really knows how to hold a grudge.
Oh, we do. I think it's a fun quality that we share. But that's not the only clan that I have an in with.
No, do tell.
There is a dreamer. And I really like his stars.
Rather poetic.
I thought you would appreciate that.
Oh, believe me. I do, but I am curious. Do tell, of what quality are these dreams?
What do you know of Carthage?
I've been around a minute. Could I perhaps make some kind of roll?
Yeah. Give me an intelligence occult.
Guessing, though, Carthage probably doesn't have anything to do with the Church of Set.
No.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Does Eirlin know anything about this?
You could roll. Yeah.
Intelligence occult?
Yes.
Okay.
Four successes.
4 successes.
Six.
6. Well, you're decidedly going to have different things, you know. I mean, Aristedes, you've been around for a while. There have been sorts of stories for years about societies where, beyond the Camarilla or what other factions and sects that exist, that manage to strike some sort of balance. You know, maybe a place where vampires don't have to worry about certain things. Maybe never had to live in hiding. Yes. And Eirlin, you've heard stories of ancient cities about you don't necessarily know their kindred connections, but there are stories of an old city called Carthage. No one's exactly sure where it was located. And all of it, like Rome and many other great cities before it, was sacked and burned by some group of people. But it's one of those stories where you're like, where did I hear this again? And you kind of can't remember where exactly you heard it. It's just that the name immediately brings these thoughts to your head.
Are they still on about that?
Who would be surprised?
That's ancient even by my standards.
But I mean, you would fascinate them.
I'm a fascinating individual.
I know, but I'm talking about on a more olive branch levels.
Hmm.
The way
So
you
who-
want.
Oh, flattery will get you everywhere. So who still dreams of Carthage these nights?
I tell you who, and we're square. We're good.
Well, I'd hate for this to be the end of our relationship.
Oh, I'm not proposing an end. I just mean, so that way, perhaps the next time we come, there won't be such sharpness. You know me. Is honestly, I like to think that my plan has two bangs.
You are definitely. This is definitely the most polite conversation I've had with a member of the clan of the Hunt in some time.
I have
Normally they just go.
ambition.
Normally they just go straight for the knives.
Yeah. I like to think that I have ambition.
Your sire certainly does, from what I've heard.
Guess that's where I got it from.
Hmm.
So are we good?
For now. I am curious to see what new, what new generation is carrying around the Bruja's daydream.
You
Primogen
always be this
Felix
fucking rude.
Sorrel.
Sorry. Are you always like this rude when you talk to people?
I believe it was two Austrades.
Yeah, I just look at
Lupe.
Lupe. I get the sense that you aren't exactly fond of any of this. Of me in particular. And I understand. Furores, you and I look directly at her when I say, there's no escaping our nature. I like to use mental maze.
Okay. What exactly does that do?
Well, I'll tell you. Mental maze is an obfuscate power.
Mhm.
Specifically,
Oh damn, Lupe's dumb as hell.
let me bring up the rules. Yeah, so I make a charisma plus obfuscate versus their wits plus resolve. I have to make eye contact. And if I win, then basically the victim finds their location folding back on itself, subtly altering their perception of previously visited rooms, convincing them that an actual exit only leads deeper into the maze, and eventually breaking them down into a state of panic and fragility.
All right. I would like to rouse.
Sure.
Just to activate this ability, and I get hungrier.
Rousing adds 2 again or what?
Based on your blood potency, but yeah, you've got 2, I believe.
Okay.
This bonus dice. Okay. You know, I'm gonna spend a point of willpower because I don't like her attitude.
I could spend willpower too.
You
I forgot
can.
about
You
that.
can re-roll up to 3
Oh,
non-hunger dice.
let me.
Ooh. So that is 10 successes, all told.
Bro, Lupe, why do you look like that?
I got 4.
Yeah, so the fun part about this ability is that you don't know it happens. I just have to use the words "you can't escape" in my sentence.
I mean, amongst this, just Lupe would respond. We're here to help you. Yes.
And you've been a help. Felix Sorrel, he said. He's what is it? Tremere.
Hmm.
Of course. Of course, they truly never can leave well enough alone. I would be more than happy to speak to Mr. Sorrel. I've heard so much about him. Yes, I think that was,
I don't even think I need to set you up for it. I think you are literally the type.
Oh, I know precisely how to get Mr. Sorrel's attention, believe me. But Carthage, my, what would the pyramids say? Although I'm told that isn't as much of a factor anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what do I recognize the pyramid? Like, what is that?
You would definitely understand what the pyramid is. The
Mhm.
pyramid is essentially the way the Tremere work. They have they have a faction within like the faction. It essentially is their not source of power, but their structure of power.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
Well, I think, for the purposes of this conversation, that is more than sufficient. Well, this has been truly interesting. I don't say that very often these nights.
Oh, it is honestly an honor.
I know. Well, in the meantime, feel free to avail yourselves of the many delights we have here, both here and above ground, if you are so inclined, although, a word to the wise, any who bear my mark on them. And he just holds his necklace up. Those are mine. I would advise that you keep your fangs to yourself.
Storyteller, I've been here a few times.
Mhm.
How many times have I seen that necklace or that mark?
Let's say how large is your herd?
I got a 2-dot herd, so that's about 7 to 12 people, all told.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not.
Not terrifying.
You've seen it before.
Yeah, that's not new.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Is the mark a specific symbol or is it just personal?
Yeah, so this is just, it's not the same as this, which is really just some jewelry I got off Etsy, but he has a necklace of what you can see is you think it might be a genuine silver necklace of, it appears to be the alchemical symbol for Mercury.
Any meaning to that, storyteller? Any significance?
I don't know. Is there any significance to that?
The astrological and alchemical symbol of Mercury, well, used to be associated with certain deity. Ancient Egyptians believed that Mercury in of itself was an kind of magical elixir. Also associated with a certain, red god of Egyptian myth.
Set.
Yep.
I mean, the ministry is also sometimes called the followers of Set.
Well, unless there's anything else. Then please. There's no sin too great, especially down here. And he stands up. He's like, feel free to drop by anytime. And
Of course.
unless anybody stops him, he is going to exit from the premises. And then walk around the corner, and I'm immediately going to activate Unseen Passage.
Roll for rouse.
And I get hungrier.
That's fine. Not like there's not plenty to eat here, but
There's
you're all
a lot to eat. Yeah.
You were all left in the room.
Okay, I want to go. Can we go? I give y'all a look.
Yeah, we can go.
For you.
Did you? Well, okay. I'm getting the vibe that you don't want to dance anymore.
No,
Let's-
can we
let's
dance another
go.
time.
Yeah, we can dance later. I'm just really tired and I'm a little hungry, so I'd like to go. I say all of this, I'm giving y'all a look. I'd like to go.
Yeah. I'm going. I'm heading out.
As we leave, Eirlin's gonna look around for him because Z has a question for him, but wanted to ask in private, but he kind of disappeared very quickly.
I mean, how close is Aristedes staying?
Oh, he never left. He literally went around the corner and just obfuscated because he wants to see the fallout of what happens with Lupe. He wants to have a front row seat to that.
Yeah, but you would definitely see that it looks like Eirlin is looking for you.
Then I will, because I'm invisible, kind of whisper in their ear. Observant.
And Eirlin kind of, can I try to slip away? Or at least let everyone else walk ahead?
It's a maze down here. Very easy to get lost.
So yeah, Lupe, you're under the effect of mental maze.
So,
yeah.
Mechanically, what that means is that if you try to leave the club, you have to make a resolve plus awareness test using my initial successes as the difficulty, which was 10. And if you fail, you suffer a point of superficial willpower damage for every missing success.
Woof.
All right. Yeah, I think Lupe is trying to leave it. Maybe last one of the group want to make sure everyone else is going out, and immediately maybe they turn left and Lupe turns right. I'm going to rouse,
Mhm.
and then try to make. What was the roll again?
Resolve plus awareness.
Resolve awareness. Ooh, my awareness is bad.
Lupe. Our gang leader. What do you mean? What do you mean?
I have other stuff. I'm streetwise.
I don't
Are
need
the
to be
streets
aware.
helping you now?
Sometimes. No. I'm gonna do another willpower roll.
Who needs awareness when you have a gun?
Oh, that's a good roll.
I mean, that's still only a total of a 7. Well, the
You crit
dots would
twice.
make the other one a crit, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yes.
That's 2 crits. So you've crit twice because you re-rolled your 3
Mhm.
misses.
Yep. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you're only going to take 1 superficial willpower damage.
Nice. And
But,
The attitude survive.
well, unfortunately, she didn't succeed on the roll, so that means she still can't leave. She has to make that roll every time she tries to leave.
Lupe's gonna be here forever. Or break the house down trying.
But yeah, I believe Eirlin is also wandered further into the maze.
Am I able to just like trail behind, and when I hear your voice in my ear, I would just stop and wait?
Oh yeah, he's leading you on for sure.
Oh, okay. So I'm just following your voice then,
Yeah.
which doesn't seem very smart, but I think like as soon as I don't see anyone else in my coterie, Eirlin just stops walking and says, "Are you here? Are you?" I just had a question. That's all.
Just emerges from the darkness behind you.
Oh.
Oh, I never left.
Oh. Cool. I can do that too. I just had a small question. I just need a yes or no. You said you've been around for a while is all. Also, how do we get out of here? I don't remember how we got down. That's not my question.
I have a feeling that your friend Lupe, was it, is going to be enjoying an extended stay. Don't worry. I think she'll discover many things about herself before night's end.
Okay, yeah. That makes me more worried.
Don't be. Everyone finds something here, and some truths are, sadly, a little tragic.
Okay.
But as to the truth that you are pursuing,
Yeah, just a
you
simple
only need but ask.
simple question. Have you heard of something called Project Apollo?
Well, more and more curious.
So you have?
Indeed.
Eirlin tilts her head. What do you know about it?
Only that certain individuals in this city are expending significant resources to keep it as quiet as possible. He leans it all closer. Individuals such as your friend Sawyer.
Who?
Faline.
Faline. Well, yeah, was asking for her.
Oh, that's delicious.
Yeah, I'm more, sometimes more direct, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, thanks. Should I? This is probably something I shouldn't ask more people about.
Secrets. Some people are very possessive, sadly. But not here. Here, you can speak your mind.
Would you tell me what you know?
I know a great deal many things. You'll have to be more specific.
About the project.
If I were incentivized to look into it, perhaps.
Well, truthfully, honestly, I don't know what I could offer you besides I do
Perhaps.
have a great deal of insight into things.
Your kind always do, and it's always strange how you can see the whole glass, and yet it's always cracked.
Yeah. That about describes it.
I'd like very much, Eirlin, in exchange for my assistance in this matter, which seems so near and dear to you, just a return visit. A private one, perhaps, in a private locale. If you're choosing, even, I would hate to make you feel uncomfortable.
Clarity question. You like we meet up again?
But of course, I find you and your insights very interesting, and I would so love to learn more of them.
Oh. Eirlin reaches into Zir back pocket and pulls out a business card for Zir Tarot Shop called the Midnight Star and hands it to you and says,
Takes it.
Well, yeah, I do, I run my business out of here.
A fellow entrepreneur.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, tucks it into one of his vest pockets. I will treasure this. When would be convenient for me to drop by?
Well, if you, call the shop, my assistant or I will schedule you an appointment.
I'm afraid I'm a bit old-fashioned. I haven't quite gotten the hang of those little cellular devices.
Okay, well, are you doing anything later tonight?
The fun part about owning your own business is that I make my own schedule. So if you're free, then my dance card's open.
Sure. What time is it right now, Storyteller?
It's getting on towards midnight.
Cool.
So you still have another 5 hours or so.
Sure.
6 hours. Probably, yeah, closer to 6 hours before sunrise.
Eirlin says, yeah, how about like 3, 4? I like my only plans were to come here, so.
But of course, let's be honest, this isn't really your scene.
No, how could you tell?
I've been around a while. Introverts are hardly a new phenomenon. Let you in on a secret?
Yeah.
It's not really my scene either. It's fun, don't get me wrong, but when you're my age, the novelty wears off rather quickly.
That's understandable. So I'll
But
see
a
you
tarot
later.
shop.
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't miss that for the world. It's been the occult revivals in this country. You really do love flirting with the ephemeral.
I suppose. I hope you like ceramics.
I suppose there's only one way to find out.
Okay. See you later. And Eirlin will just like nod a bit in respect, I suppose, and will start to turn to leave unless he says anything else.
Just to be incredibly dramatic about it, the moment they turn to leave, I'm going to activate Unseen Passage again.
Okay.
Just for the hell of it.
Can I find my way out of here?
You can. It's...
Okay,
Again.
I go back upstairs to the main club area, and I'm looking around for the coterie.
I guess the question is, how's Lupe doing?
Oh, no.
So I think how it looks like Lupe like gets out of like this area and is like in the club proper, and like my imagine how it looks for it. She knew where the entrance was, and it's just like walls on all sides. And I don't know. She's just going to look at this and. She knows that this is like not right, but doesn't know how to fix it. And honestly, it's just gonna like fuck it and go to the bar and tell the bartender that the drink's on their boss and they need a drink.
Yeah, you're poured a drink. Everyone else, you watch Lupe go to the bar.
I'm going to find a member of the echo chamber nearby and just tell them the surly one at the bar, don't stop her if she starts anything.
Silas will nod.
But at the same time, if she doesn't, offer her every accommodation. She might need to stay the night.
Yeah.
Lupe, what are you doing?
There's no fucking exit.
Yes, there is.
No, that motherfucker did something. I can't see an exit, so I guess I'm drinking on their tab.
Ugh.
I mean, I'll catch up with y'all. You can give me the lowdown, whatever, but... Look, starting a scene now where I can't escape? No, I know better than that.
So I guess we leave Lupe behind.
The only thing I could think of as storyteller that might overwrite is a different dominate power. If you were able to use mesmerize or something like that to order them to leave, I would at least give them bonus dice to resist.
No.
Can anyone here do that?
Not yet.
None of you.
Meridian could, not me.
None of you have dominate. This is what happened with Millie.
I mean, I
gotta
have
pick that
access
up
to
now.
dominate. I didn't pick anything
Yep.
from that, though.
Yep. So he's just gonna be like,
I have dominate.
I'm gonna shut up.
We
We're not
know.
talking to you. Feline's just gonna be like, I gotta pick that up later.
Yeah, no, this is great.
I would like to go to the bathroom though, and can I use Abyssal Pulse, please?
What is that?
So remember when we were doing that escape in the cars?
Maybe.
And all your phones stopped working?
Oh,
Yeah.
this again?
This bullshit.
I'm just feeling petty.
Okay, you gotta tell me. No, don't do it yet. Actually, fuck y'all. I'm gonna leave. Because I need to get home. And if
Yeah,
you're
we
going
know.
to blow everything with electronics in it, I have a curfew. I have a very
Curfew
serious
doesn't-
curfew.
curfew.
It doesn't stop your legs.
I'm
can
not
walk.
walking home. I don't live near here. And
Yes,
then I
you
can't
are.
contact my sire.
You know
I
there's a
see a
motorcycle
glint in your
outside.
eye. I see a glint of pettiness in your eyes, and I remember what happened. I'm gonna
Daddy's
leave.
little girl has to get home.
Sylvie, you need to understand that if you want to be mean to my face, you need to be a little bit better at it.
I'm not being mean, I'm being honest.
Where were you? What were you doing when we were dealing with...
I told you where I was.
Where were you? Why weren't you watching her? Why didn't you help? Because if you helped, maybe things would have turned out differently. But okay, be passive aggressive. I'm sure that's gotten you far in life.
I seem to be doing just fine.
Really, because this mess that I just cleaned up for us again. You need to realize that we are a group and we're going to be held accountable as a group. They treat us like school children.
Hey.
No, enough of you, Eirlin, please. Let me finish.
Okay.
We can only do so much as we want and as we please. But there are people above us.
Trust me, I know.
Then stop acting like you know me and are, what, better than me? Because you did the exact same thing.
I never... You know what? Fine. Fine.
Sylvie, want a drink too, since I'm not going anywhere?
I take the drink.
It's all on their tab, don't worry.
And be careful this time, because
I'll keep an eye on her.
You
Never
too.
curfew.
I mean, you also be careful. I don't like the way. I'm pretty sure he's pissed off at you.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't
So you
care
be
what we
careful
did.
too.
Yeah, I don't care about him, but I'm here to help y'all, so I'm not going to start anything.
Yes, Eirlin. Yes, Eirlin.
Eirlin's just been
Sorry.
like stopped dead in zero tracks after being told off by Faline, and was just like standing between all of y'all, just looking around, and Eirlin just kind of like jumps and says, yeah, how's it going? How you good? Why are we arguing?
We're not arguing.
Okay, you can, yeah.
It's all fine.
Okay.
Promise.
Shall we go? I can drive people home.
Yes, please.
Nora will get to you in just a second. Sylvie, this is alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have the merit that lets you eat and drink?
No.
Oh,
And I'm doing it to prove a fucking point.
Oh, it's about to get messy.
Oh no!
Fuck it. How worse can my night get?
It could get a lot worse. So, give me, as you pound this drink back, let's do a stamina resolve roll to keep it down.
Okay.
We'll say difficulty 3. If you fail this, you're going to vomit all over the bar.
Oh no!
You're
3
still going
successes.
to need, you're still going to need to go into the bathroom at some point and expel this.
Yeah.
But you have you have a few minutes at least to
Yeah, enough
prove your
minutes,
point.
enough minutes to prove my point. I don't need to throw up right now, and it's okay if I throw up later. Later just needs to be after Faline leaves, so I don't further embarrass myself in front of her. Because I've just been putting my foot in my mouth all night in front of Faline or Faline.
Yeah, no. As soon as Eirlin offers, I'm ready to go. So I don't care if you're pounding drinks and then saving face. It's really, I just want to leave.
Yeah.
Eirlin turns to Nora and Sylvie and just says, "Either you want to ride? Are you good?"
I'll walk in
Okay.
a minute. But thank you.
Sylvie?
No, I'm good.
Okay. And I heard Lupe is not leaving anytime soon, so
Yeah,
probably not worth offering.
our new friend's gift.
But you just know that the offer, that the intent was there.
Yes.
Okay.
Eirlin, I appreciate it.
Get home safe.
There's a motorcycle outside if any of you need it, by the way.
I would
You don't need to
rather die. Okay.
You should keep it just so you can drive later when you can leave. And if you can't leave, please call.
If I figure it out, yeah.
I figure it out.
So, Nora, what's the pulse thingy?
Yeah, so I will leave my phone at the bar with Lupe, and
I'm gonna leave and leave to walk home before Nora does this, so I am out.
yeah, but so the range is 3 yards centered on me. So if there's actually like a dark corner or something near definitely the sound system, preferably like lights, if I can get that as well.
Alright.
I'd like to just sort of hole up there and then call on the shadows.
Alright, give me that rouse check.
Yes, I did the rouse and I succeeded, so not hungrier, but I would also like to rouse for extra dice, which is a failure. That's not how that works. Okay, Wits Oblivion. Five successes. I'm going to push. Was really hoping for a crit, but 7 successes. So at least for a scene,
Yes.
the music was out. My goal was to lose them their business for the night, but
I think it's more
Dang.
of just like 20 to 30 minutes where they apologize for there seem to be having some sort of technical difficulties, and it disrupts the vibe for a bit, and some people leave.
Lupe can't.
Yeah, Lupe can't.
yeah. And once that doesn't work, I will hole up at the bar with Lupe for the rest of the night.
I think like once you come back, clearly noticing your phone there and just at least I'm not the only one that's petty.
You saw Faline. I don't think that there's anyone in this coterie who isn't.
There. Can you actually get alcohol down? Now I think about it, I'm not sure if Sylvie can.
I can't either, but I'm happy to people watch.
Yep, Sylvie, you find a nice dark alley to get rid of that drink, and
Yep.
then walk on home. Faline, you head towards your home.
Okay. I don't know if I will tell Eirlin where I live because I don't want to impose like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I will just simply say, just take me back to our
The Haven.
frat house, so that way I can then call, because I don't want to impose like that. But while we're in the fucking car, and we're a bit away, I'm gonna call Felix.
Okay.
And call him.
Yeah, he'll pick up on the third ring and say, "Miss me already?"
No, but I should give you some heads up. There is a
Okay.
very old individual tried to get some information about the city for you. Unfortunately, my guy knows your name. He is old, dresses like an immortal twink, like Oscar Wilde fucked a flower for real. And that flower was goth. Like a theater kid who's in love with a skull, and the skull is plastic. So, have fun. Ask your questions, be fascinated. Because they are fascinating. And I don't like that, because they're really fucking old. Just don't do anything crazy. It's
Duly noted.
good. Lovely.
Not sure what's worse, the mockery or the accuracy.
In the car, I think Eirlin does offer a few times to just drive Faline home. But if she refuses every single time,
I think, okay, look, how many times are you offering? Because I will refuse twice.
we are trying to out Asian one another. Eirlin will keep offering.
Shit. All right. Yeah. No. Fuck. Yeah. Okay. Because it's like I can't. Okay. If I keep saying no, then the issue is we're friendly. I don't want you to think, oh, I don't like appreciate you.
Yeah, because I think
too
like
much.
Eirlin is saying like kind of the whole like, are you sure? Because like it really is not a big deal for me. Like I don't have anything else to do tonight.
At least let me pay for your gas.
Fine, sure.
Okay. For real, like stop by the gas station or something. Like we'll
later.
pull up.
No.
What do you know? Because if it's later, you're not going to give it to me.
No, you can hand me, and I'm like driving. You can hand me $20 now.
$20? Wait, it's 2020. Gas prices did go up. Wait, did they go?
Well, probably not in this.
COVID's not canon.
They would not, because COVID happened.
Not
and then,
canon.
And then we all did it and we got rid of it.
Yeah.
So that means
No,
gas
it's not
prices-
even canon. COVID never happened.
Yeah, I was like, so that means gas prices did not skyrocket, because I was be like, $20. What is that gonna get you? Half a mile? Like, so.
Yeah.
Fine. I'll give you. I overpay. I give you 50.
Okay.
And I don't
sure.
tell you that I have 20s.
Okay. Because I just feel cash be put in my hand, and I just like shove it into like the little like thing in front of the stick shift.
Yeah, the
and
little area right up there.
the holder. Yeah, that just a bunch of junk goes in there. So I take your gas money and I will drive you back to your place. I'm assuming you give me an address.
I do give you an address.
Okay. What's your place like? Is it
Aubrey,
nice?
It's been a while
Is it nice?
since we talked about my place.
It's very, very fancy.
Yeah, it's I feel like, okay, I don't know anything about Providence. Never been there. I saw a picture of the hall. That's it. I'm trusting the rest
nice
of
city.
y'all and the
Very hilly. It's hilly.
Yeah, I think I live wherever it's kind of posh, but posh with space. So not like rich people lined up, okay? Like rich people and there's a couple.
Yeah. Probably closer to the outskirts of the city where it like almost turns into suburbs.
Yeah.
But it's still like they're nice enough houses.
Yeah.
I think.
What? Could you, like in the middle of the drive at some point, Faline will just be like, "Could you do me a favor and not tell anyone that I am in contact with Felix still.
Huh?
Felix,
Yeah.
Sorrel,
You
the
just
guy
called
that
him.
hired. Yeah. Can you just not just not mention it if it's ever brought up?
To who?
The rest of the coterie,
Oh,
and honestly, anybody else.
sure. Why?
I don't know if I trust him yet.
Oh.
He shared a lot with me.
Oh.
The equivalent of magical trauma dumping.
Oh.
I'm still a little
Yikes.
Yeah, I'm still a little wrapping my head around it too.
Mm.
And so that's why I'm very unsure where to put him right now. You know?
You trust him?
I don't think so. Not
Oh,
yet.
Okay.
I don't know. I
He
feel
did-
like we could, but
He did keep that other secret for us from.
well,
You
that's
know who.
because we had a boon.
Okay, well, maybe I just don't understand how the boons things work. Is
It's
that like,
it's like a blackmail favor.
Well, no, I get that part, but like, is it like magically enforced or whatever?
No.
Okay,
Well-
so then he still chose to keep it, right?
There's a lot of
is-
other factors in place.
Not magically enforced, but socially enforced.
Yeah, there's a lot of other factors involved in that, Eirlin, that
I see. That's fine. Yeah,
No,
sure.
I can-
I won't say anything.
well, do you know who I am?
I don't know.
Helena is your
Helena?
Helena is your sire. Sorry, that bitch's name has been said many different ways on
Yeah.
this. Yeah, sorry. Helena's your sire.
Yeah.
And they haven't told you anything about how the ship works. Like,
No, they have.
okay. I think you know that I'm Banu Hakim, but do you remember who the
Remember what? You have to
above
be really
table? I'm
direct.
blanking on the name. What is the title?
Primogen?
Primogen. Thank you. My ass was gonna say progenitor. That's not correct.
Progressive.
Yeah. Bam. Do you know who the Primogen of the Banu Hakim is?
Aubrey, do I remember who the Primogen
Mhm.
of the Banu Hakim is?
Yep. You're very aware of who the Primogen of the Banu Hakim is. It is Armand Quinn, who is
Are you sure that I remember that name? Because one of my flaws is -2 dice to know things about the Camarilla and customs and etiquette.
No,
But I also Eirlin does have a very good memory, so I can see Eirlin knowing the name, but like other intricate things not, which is how I've been sort of playing it.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. You're familiar with the name, and you can kind of think of the face. You
Okay.
met them in passing because they were essentially when you were brought to for judgment. It was the prince and all of the Primogen.
All the Primogen, yep. Okay, then Eirlin nods and says, Quinn, Armand Quinn, right? Yeah.
That's my dad.
Oh, like your dad or like your sire?
Both.
Oh, shit. Cool. What's that have to do with what we were just saying?
Felix is a Primogen.
Yeah.
Felix has been here for a while.
Uh-huh.
Now I have been a vampire for a while.
Uh-huh.
My sire is Primogen.
Yeah.
You don't think we know this? I'm very public. I just go by a different name now.
Okay.
But I'm very, very public.
Okay. You got a dead name? Same.
It's not really a dead name. It's more like the government name.
Yeah, so dead name.
No, it's not. That
Get
I'm
it?
gonna
'Cause we're
stop.
dead?
I'm gonna stop talking now. Actually,
Okay.
Faline's upset.
Eirlin doesn't know what he did. And Eirlin continues driving. And I think after a bit of silence, he says, "Did I say something wrong?"
No, it's okay. It's
Is it?
it's my issue. It's my own issue. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. It's been a long, stressful night. People are fucking dumping information into my pretty head. And I'm just really tired. And Aubrey, I think I'm gonna because remember what happened? And then at the end of the session, like 2 hours later, I realized the information you gave me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now.
Mhm.
Do what?
And like a deer in headlights, I'm just gonna hold like my stomach and go very quiet. And I'm gonna remain like that, I think, for the rest of
the car ride.
Of
I
the
think
car
at a
ride.
red light, Eirlin kind of looks over at you and says, "You good? You don't look good. Are you in pain?"
Yeah.
Can I help with anything? Or do you just want to go home?
I just want to go home.
Okay, we're almost there. 2 minutes. And I keep driving.
Eventually, you are pull up to the house that Faline directs you towards. I imagine not much is said.
I think Eirlin just comments, "Wow,
Mhm.
this is a nice place. I see why
Thanks.
you didn't want to stay in our shitty frat house."
I'm not allowed to stay. And I'm gonna close the door and go home.
Yeah.
And Eirlin will drive away and
Mhm.
is generally confused about what went down, but
Yeah.
also is like, "All right, I have a meeting with this guy who I definitely am not sure if I can trust, but he's not
Yeah, speaking
He's
of that
a-
meeting,
a new person."
that is the scene we will close out the episode on as the 3 a.m. rolls around in the Midnight Star. Is Jamie still around?
Yeah, Jamie's around.
Okay.
I think because Jamie's there, especially when I'm not there.
Mhm.
But I think when I get back, Eirlin, after greeting Cheese, will I think just tell Jamie to go home for the night.
Yeah.
Come back in the morning.
Yeah, I mean, it's been quiet, so Jamie will take the rest of the night off.
Then I think Eirlin is literally just laying down on the couch, cuddling with Cheese until you show up.
Yeah, I think Aristedes, he's still wearing the same getup, but he's like throwing a jacket over it. But Aristedes being Aristedes, he's wearing it with the sleeve. He's wearing it without the sleeves, like a cape, because come on. But as he's just outdoors, he does kind of just take a moment before he goes out, and he just closes his eyes, and he just kind of lets the wind wash over him for a second. It's been a while since he's seen the night sky. And then, yeah, he goes in.
If you want to
The bell jingles, and you walk into, essentially, Eirlin runs Zertero business out of the first floor of their apartment. But like the entranceway, there's hanging curtains that sort of divide it off from the living room and the kitchen. So all you see is like this smaller room, and there's like a beautiful table with like inlaid stones and a beautiful like hand-woven cloth laid over it, candles, crystals, whatever. Lots of bookshelves with tons of different tarot and oracle decks. And as the bell rings, I think Eirlin calls like, "Oh yeah, come in, please have a seat." And the curtain pulls back for a moment, and Eirlin steps into the small room. Hi.
This is a... Reminds me of an abode I once owned on the banks of the Tigris. Just sort of runs his hands along some of the spines of the books. Those were different days.
I'm sure they were.
You ever been surrounded by so many pretty things that you feel like you're starting to go blind?
I can't say I've had that particular feeling, but I understand what that might feel like.
I remember in that same villa, I used to hold parties. I'd order feast tables laden with exotic delights from every corner of the empire. And for the life of me, I cannot remember a single morsel of food that passed my lips. Not even the slightest flavor.
I think Eirlin looks at you sympathetically and says, "Yeah, I'm sure that's definitely sad."
I do remember what it was like to bite the heads off rats.
Oh.
That's,
was that...
That was around the time where I got these. He just traces a finger down his scars.
The rats did that to you?
The Ottomans were nothing if not creative in their torture tactics.
I see. Okay, never mind. So, what can I do for you?
We could talk. The whole point of me illuminating you wasn't just because I like hearing the sound of my own voice, but because I sense a kindred spirit in you, if you'll pardon the pun.
Good one.
I feel lost too.
Eirlin starts absentmindedly just shuffling some cards in front of them.
I haven't seen one of these in a while.
Yeah, and Eirlin just like flips it over and fans it out and shows you like the art on the deck. Yeah, this is it's a tarot deck based in literary books. So like every card has like a book that it goes with.
Anything I would know?
Probably. Eirlin pulls the death card. Dracula.
I still have no idea how he managed to get away with that.
Jekyll and Hyde?
Oh, classic. I always feel like Mr. Hyde got a bad rep, though.
Yeah, I read it. Bit misunderstood, I think.
Yeah.
About a loss of control and whatnot. English was a favorite subject of mine. I can't imagine you want to talk about books all night, though.
I used to be quite the avid reader.
Yeah. Same.
Although I have missed out on quite a bit.
Is there anything you'd like to know? In exchange for what I want to know?
Does everyone have one of those little bleeding electronic boxes now?
Oh, a phone?
Yes.
Yeah, most people do. That was mine.
And that never gets tiresome?
What? Using
Like
it, or?
Having a buzzing, chirping thing constantly demanding your attention like a needy child?
Well, you can turn notifications off. That prevents it from making noise. And then you only see it when you decide to pick it up. There's also a feature that lets you set time limits. So it can, because addiction to the phone is actually a problem, actually. So I guess.
Of course it is.
Social media, which I guess if you haven't been around, it's like a online. So you know how in Rome, all the smart people would gather together and they'd talk?
I'm not that old.
Okay, well, you know how that happened?
I'm aware of what a symposium is, yes.
Okay, yeah. So social media is like that, except it's online. And you can talk from people from all over and you don't have to physically be there.
Well, that's not really social, is it?
Well, it's not in person, but you still talk to people. But sometimes people have different identities, or because you don't have to, you can use fake names and stuff.
So the kind have managed to advance so far along that they've removed the social aspect of social interaction.
I suppose so.
Oh, blessed set. It's like I don't even need to do anything anymore. So. Tell me, what plagues you, Eirlin?
Well, I was just curious about the Project Apollo thing.
As am I.
I just want to know what you know about it.
Well, I hate to disappoint, but I'm afraid I know embarrassingly little. I know that it is a off-the-books endeavor being carried out by a company by the name of Daedalus Solutions. I know that several high-profile kindred are invested in its completion, whatever that might entail. And I know that the prince seems very invested. Although as to why, I cannot say. I have not yet met the woman.
She's kind of scary, but I think anyone with that amount of power is a little bit scary.
Do I scare you?
Truthfully, yeah, a little bit. But I think physically, Eirlin's eyes look down at your scars again, and then back up at your face. I mean, you've obviously been through a lot. I think anyone who suffers that much pain has a certain amount of fortitude to them, which isn't necessarily scary on its own, but it shows a will to persevere and survive, I suppose. It's admirable.
I've always maintained that on the other end of survival, there's living. That's what I've tried to do for the better part of these last 200 years. I like to think I've succeeded. At least somewhat. I like to think I've even helped other people break past the desperate night-to-night struggle for survival that certain elements of our society claim is all there is. Take your tarot business, for instance. This is a palimpsest of culture. And yet, I doubt more than half the people who actually come through those doors actually believe that what you're doing has any significance beyond a cheap carnival trick.
I don't know. I think a lot of people view tarot in many different ways. I personally believe that you get out of it what you put into it. So if you're going to a cartomancer and you think everything's a lie, then of course you're not going to believe anything they tell you. I don't know. I think some people are more in tune with, well, more insightful in the ways that I am, even before I was turned.
So do I. But what if we could have them all dancing to the same music? What if there wasn't any need to explain ourselves, any need to constantly worry about the limitations that others feel the need to set? What if every cartomancer out there could sell prophecies by the dozens, and they took it as gospel, not because they're being tricked, but because they've lost that all too tragic capacity to doubt, to believe that there's nothing to this life more than just getting to the next day, or night, in our case.
I'm afraid you'll have to be more direct with me. I do not understand what you are saying.
I know, and I apologize. I am a person who holds deeply set beliefs, you could say, and I have a tendency to proselytize because of that. I'm simply looking to share the same liberation I felt after my bout with pure, unvarnished survival with the rest of the world.
What are you suggesting?
Not suggesting, merely musing. I think you, too, feel the way I do, in the sense that the world seems so simple, and yet everyone makes it so confusing for you.
Yeah, I think I see the world differently, I think, than most people, but I think that's because I am different from others in that the way in which my brain works is different from others. But I don't think there's anything. And Eirlin trails off, I think, losing your train of thought.
In another age, they would have called such insight prophecy. Now, they call it a mental illness.
Neurodivergence.
I like that word. Breaking free of the chains of established neurology, diverting away from everyone's obsessive preconceived notions. Yes, neurodivergence. I like that term. I think I'll be using it often.
It's a good one.
Would you be so kind as to give me a reading?
Of course. Eirlin straightens and offers the deck that Z's been shuffling, but also pulls another one, which I have somewhere. I had that other deck on my desk. Here it is. He pulls another one and offers them both to you and asks you to pick one. Which one do you feel more drawn to?
He picks the one on the left.
Okay. Which is the one I've been playing with this whole time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your left, my right. It's weird on Zoom. Yeah.
And so Z just begins shuffling for real this time instead of it being just a stim. And Eirlin says, "So, what are you looking to get out of this?"
Like I said, I'm a man of very intensely held convictions. But there's nothing wrong with asking for a little help now and then.
Guidance.
In finding. Exactly. Guidance. Epiphany, even, comes in many strange and fortuitous forms.
A card jumps out, and Eirlin offers the deck to you for you to pull that card out.
Alright, he takes it.
And you flip it over, and Eirlin looks at it, and it is an illustration of a young girl walking down these stairs into woods following a rabbit as a cat watches on. And it is the moon card.
How appropriate.
And Eirlin smiles a bit and says, "Oh, this is fortuitous, given, being vampires."
Do tell. What does my future have in store?
And Eirlin studies the card before turning it around so that you can look at it. And I will adjust my camera so I can hold it up so that you/the audience can also see it. Well, so this one is illustrated, inspired by Alice in Wonderland. And my interpretation of this is simply that I think with anyone's future, life is full of uncertainties, a mystery as you journey into the unknown, and where life is leading you, you need to be able to trust your own intuition, to trust your gut, and disregard paranoia in search of what you truly are looking for. Which for you, given that you wish to re-enter society, and Eirlin is tracing like this path with a finger as he's talking, like doing it towards you. There's a lot of intricacies with our society that I think you and I are both aware of from very different angles. You being, forgive me for saying this, but so old and removed, and me for being so new and removed.
It's rather tiresome, isn't it?
You could say that. But if this rabbit represents your goals, your truest desires, be wary of chasing them down this hole.
Oh, but what's this on life without a little risk?
And
Thank you.
Eirlin looks at you and says, How are you feeling?
Glad to have met someone worth talking to.
Your aura is still dark, ancient.
I've stared into the depths of chaos and come out not entirely quite myself, not unlike Alice.
One last question for you. How
You
did
only
you
need
hear?
ask.
How did you hear about Project Apollo?
Because they don't have nearly as tight a lid on their little basement project as they'd like to think. And because you're not the first kindred who's felt lost and confused in the midst of their asinine hierarchy and just wanted a simple, direct conversation.
So someone else has been asking.
Someone else has been telling. Someone else is always telling. The tower is always weakest at its foundations.
Who?
Oh, but that would require another conversation.
Eirlin looks disappointed.
I'm sorry, but I have to get you to invite me back somehow.
Well, yeah, you can come back.
I'd quite enjoy having another honest conversation. And who knows, in the fullness of time, I might, being so old and so out of touch, I might let all manner of secrets slip.
Eirlin is taking your words very literally.
He knows.
And I think Z nods and reaches into a side bucket and offers you a bit of clay. And I think the scene fades as I guide you through the second half of my sort of routine here, where we explore our feelings using clay, and we sculpt something together. And it is like a lot of Eirlin's practices are rooted in like arts therapy, because that's what Z was studying before dropping out of school. And using ceramics and divination to help clients become more self-aware and able to pinpoint their dreams with a new focus.
Yeah, that is where we will leave them. We'll leave it a bit of a mystery as to what they make with this clay, at least for now. Maybe we'll learn later.
What indeed?
So I would like to thank everyone for joining us tonight, and I want to thank our wonderful guest as well. We will go around and everyone will tell you where you can find them on the internet. Then we'll we're so close to the end of that first act. So close. So yeah, Aki, why don't you start us off?
Yeah. Hello, I'm Aki. I've been Faline. No, only one person knows. I've been Faline. Deeply unwell. You can find me all over the internet. It's some variation of Akinomi_art, where I do a lot of things. All of them, no, like 50% of them involve G&G. and the other 50% involve either Dusty or Alyssa in it. And the one thing I do that doesn't involve either, you can check out Nameless Domain, where I'm doing other vampire related stuff. Ironically, not VTM. It's the other vampire old bastard. Perhaps Aristedes actually knows them, and they are quilting buddies. Curse of Strahd. It will be Curse of Suffix, all queer, all BIPOC, all messy. Yeah. Otherwise, Dusty and Alyssa can tell you what I meant. That's it. That's me. That's my outro.
Hey y'all, I'm Alyssa. I played Nora. You can find me online at A Disaster Queer. You can find me in various Goblets and Gays things. And on Wednesdays, you can find me and Akino in Mist Lost, which is a 5e campaign in a homebrew world. Very messy, very gay. Even more problematic, possibly, than VTM. And I will leave other things for Dusty.
Hello, it's me. I'm Dusty. You can find me online at Dusty Hill. You can find me as well doing stuff on GNG. I'm also the head of Into the Wavering Force, which is a Star Wars podcast with Aki and Alyssa, both starring in it. We use Pathfinder 2e. Also filled with very problematic people. Only some of them are NPCs. Aki's a trash man. They're not problematic. And, well, I'm going to keep talking. You could also find me, Aki, and Aubrey on Bring Your Own Mech, a Lancer podcast. If you like queer disasters and mechs, you should check that out. It's very chaotic, and
I'm back.
We're so back. Otherwise, just find me at Dusty Hill. That's where I tweet and talk about all my stuff. Bye.
It's me. Hi. My name is Nala or Jay. My pronouns are they, them. I've been Eirlin Shu. You're very, very, very neurodivergent Malkavian. I am on Twitter at NalaWoo and everywhere else at Nala Draws. I am an art director and illustrator who works full-time doing freelance in the TTRPG space. Lots of things, lots of cool projects happening. The best place to keep up with all of that is on my Twitter as of right now. Besides art, I also do voice acting, sensitivity consulting, and more TTRPG actual play stream performances like this one. Again, I don't know when this is going to be coming out, so I don't know what I'm going to be doing around this time. But the best place to see all of that, again, Twitter. And I also do layout design and title design, and I'd love to work for your project. Graphic design is my passion. My stuff's on naladraws.com. You can email me at naladraws@gmail.com. That is who I am. I'm Nala, and I draw as Live Europe.
Hi, I'm Liv. I don't draw, but I do a lot of TTRPG performances, usually under the table with Total Party Chill, StellaLuna.tv, and Strix U on with Lexi of Black Girl Mage. Oh, yes, Strix U. We back. We are so back. Hopefully by the time this is coming out, we should be done with the prequel recap and new shows will be coming out. If you want to make sure that's true, if you want to double check and make sure I ain't lying out my ass, check out my Twitter, Living a Day. I'm Liv, it's my day, I'm in it, living a day, and you can see what I'm doing next. I'm going to pass it before I yawn. I'm a little sleepy baby. I've been up for so long. Sawyer.
Hey y'all, I've been Aristedes Dragoman, your discount goth Oscar Wilde for the evening.
It's even funnier when the first campaign I played in had Oscar Wilde with.
Yes, as Aubrey well
That was on
knows,
purpose. That was for you, Aubrey, and technically Sawyer. That was for both of you. I've heard it. I remembered.
Yes, well, as Aubrey well knows, I am a professional GM on starplaying.com. Mostly running Vampire the Masquerade, as you can probably tell by the everything about me. And as Aubrey knows, I'm pretty good at traumatizing people for money. So check me out. You can find me at you can find me at Sawyer on Start Playing. And just remember the voice costs extra.
And yes, it has been awesome, being the storyteller for this. It was weird. It was like, I'm not talking a lot, and that's fine. But yes, I am Aubrey. You can find me everywhere on the internet at Mad Queen Cosplay, or Mad Queen, depending on the site. And yeah, Goblets and Gays, all of this lovely stuff. Mother May I. We've got Campaign 2, Tyrant of the Dark Star. That should be out by now. And you can also Bring Your Own Mech and everything. And then you also catch me on Escaping Carcosa. And I believe at this point, we are in the middle of season 3 of Wayfarer over on Hallowed Haven Studios. So go check that out if you're free on a Friday night and want to see me play a hunter character. It's fun. But yes, we'll be back next week with I believe next week will be the penultimate episode of Act 1, and then the week after that be the final episode, depending on how things go. We're so close to the end now. So yeah, we'll see everybody next time.